appreciate this sentiment on the internet. I don't know if you've heard about it.
The internet, no.
That Tom and Jerry were good pals.
Duh. Hammer and nail, best of pals. Chicken Hawk, best of pals.
This is what happens when you don't keep a vigilant eye on people. They try and write this absurd revisionist history, and I, for one, won't stand for it.
That's why you have to tell your story at the time. They'll tell you that you were hunted down and that you liked it. It's like, yeah, no, Tom loved being made a buffoon of, calling in his cousins to be embarrassed in front of family and friends.
I want to say if there's just like clips of Jerry just giving this man the blues.
It's got to be. I feel like those are the only clips there are.
Yeah, this tweet was going viral all weekend. Let me see if I can find it. I know I can.
Sure.
I've got faith in myself. Tom and Jerry are best friends.
BFF. Yeah.
But Tom has to pretend to hate Jerry in order to protect Jerry. So Tom's owner, who I don't recall,
she was just some old broad,
doesn't replace Tom with a cat that actually wants to kill Jerry.
Listen, LeBron James and the Warriors were the best of friends. The Warriors just had to keep beating the Cavaliers so that Kevin Durant wouldn't go join like an even better team. Like he wouldn't go join like the 85 Lakers.
Yeah.
So, no, that checks out. I've got no issue with the truth.
I mean, I just can't begin. Like, who allowed that on Google?
You know who allowed that. I'll just say this is one of those you read. Listen, Martin Luther King and his opposers were actually good friends. They just
look at how stressed this man is.
No, BFFs. He just sitting on train tracks, dog. Yeah. Make way. Maybe they are pals.
Well, he got his girl taken, and after being tormented, he's like, "Yeah, we can have this train kill us together."
Ava Braun and Hitler were two good friends. They had to be gooder friends because if Ava Braun liked Mussolini more, then they could have got an even worse guy than Hitler.
Perfect. A perfect analogy.
It's like I wrote Tom and Jerry myself. Tom's cousins were good for nothing. You talk about calling in the artillery to no avail.
Yeah, great pals.
Yeah, that's just having some fun with you guys.
Just trying to catch.
Surely he'll find some rest here. I'll say that they used to keep some hoes around.
I was gonna say, Mr. Bitches Tom over here.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was about. Jerry ain't no hoes. Ripped his tomato. Oh, crust.
Just crust. Oh, the Gauls are not to be far behind.
What are they making with a tomato, a banana, and some crustless bread?
And there's still crust on that bread.
Damn, he went upside his head though.
Yeah, he did.
I don't like where this is going.
No. See a single foot. Jerry can't believe it. Oh boy. No, he can't even bear to watch it.
He said, I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm not gonna watch it either.
What a beating going on in there.
Yeah, Tom coming out with a threat. Yeah. That was where's close personal friend Jerry at? You see me getting thrown through the ceiling.
Oh boy. This is the same beach?
I gotta get one of them suits. Them old bathing suits was fire. The onesie
yeah,
the one-piece short set. Just a little 8-ball with my friends. Just throwing an 8-ball at my friends.
Oh, boy. That was a clam of some sort?
That's how they used to think lobsters look. Oh, just moonwalking. Moving right into destruction. Man, cha-cha. Uh-oh.
This is quite the day at the beach, let me tell you.
How do you get out of that
grave?
Predicament? Yeah.
Shallow grave.
Buried alive.
The animators were like, do you know? I don't
Look at Jerry making the best out of a bad situation.
He usually did.
Uh-oh. Imagine seeing that for the first time as a kid. Like we've seen like all the things that are we've seen 100 times. Somebody seeing that for the first time. I'm like, oh, he's surely out of harm's. What? He ran out of way. The phone pole still caught him. Huh? He moved the hole. That's absurd.
Can't believe it. Prime Bonds.
Slugger.
Always gets me.
86 his ass.
Why would he think this? Oh,
hey.
Oh, he's just angry about it. Not
in 19. Cork
jam
bat.
him inside. Yeah.
Yeah. Jerry Sosa. So many pool tables.
Yeah, that would not be conducive to good play.
Or social
in between them.
Thing.
No.
Some nice cold drinks.
Turn them into some pop.
They didn't even have no sound. They would just play loud music the whole time this was going on.
Progressively fast
30 minutes.
Piano.
Yeah, up right to the hole. Yeah, somebody was watching this and was like, I don't think this ain't on site enough for me. And that's how itchy and scratchy were born. Somebody's like, I see the vision, but he don't hate this motherfucker enough. Like,
no, Jerry left him a pie. Maybe they were.
Custard. Billiards. Oh, boy. There's gonna be people listening to us watch Tom and Jerry.
This is on YouTube now. If you don't, I don't eat the clam. His teeth are gonna fall like piano keys.
Mm-hmm. Open it up. Open it up, Tom. Show her what you got.
It's gonna look like me. Oh no.
Look at toxic masculinity.
Boy. You look like fuck. Who's the rapper they just showed who got all of his teeth like shaved down? Sand.
At the beach? Yeah, he could have just did that. I was inefficient, if not devious.
Give me that.
Yeah. You who just gave me the sand. Give me. Oh, no. All over his broad. The end.
Big time Dana move if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, she saves him from drinking sand, and he responds by putting her in a full Nelson for all his friends, laughing loudly at her.
Two Little Indians from 1953.
No thanks.
You like to remember Tom and Jerry a bit more wholesome?
Yeah, the way they were.
Yep.
Jerry had enough.
Fed up. Yeah, there's the yarn.
He said, I got an idea. Dog's like, I can hear every word. You get that yarn, I'm going to kill you both.
Yeah, that's one of the things about us. We have great hearing, us dogs.
People didn't know that back in 1952, though. They thought dogs had elbows. Jowls, too, yeah.
Why is his front leg so much longer than his back? Like, this guy would have quite the hip problem. It is Miles Turner.
No, he does have a bad gait.
Terrible gait. They don't make collars like they used to either. They always do just be red with spikes. That was the only option at the store.
Yeah, and his name is Rex. I bet my life on it. His name is Rex. There was one name for a dog until like 1986, and it was Rex.
4 teeth, perfect for chewing meat.
Yeah, that's the one thing everyone knows about dogs: their lack of teeth.
They were all gray up until Lassie.
It was like, listen, you want me to put a little color on this yarn, or you want me to color the damn dog? He's like, fine, color the yarn. do what you want, Hannah. You always have. Now look, Barbara, I'm not gonna take any more of your guff.
Yeah, this pooch was proposed. That's a Georgetown logo right here. Allen Iverson has this dog tattooed.
I was like, this is the only Hoya I've ever seen.
The one of one.
I've never seen a Hoya other than on a Georgetown universe.
Dude, what the fuck is a Hoya?
A dog with very long elbows.
Plant.
We're gonna find that's not a dog at all. We're gonna find out the whole time the Georgetown Hoya was a bird. We just thought it was a pit bull for some reason.
Yeah, I guess it was the original. It was like the original dog's name.
Hoya.
There were rumors that a mutt called Hoya was used in 1900, as well as a bulldog named Hoya in 1907. I'm just picturing now like the dog, they just had a dog and Mr. Burns called him over. They're like, ahoy, ahoy, and it ran over. And that stuck.
That was his name, yeah. It was like, he didn't call that dog Rex.
Yeah, what the official dog name?
Yeah, he must be a king. Let's name a university mascot after him. And everyone was like, yes, okay. And John Thompson was like, I will only coach here. I will only coach
my son and his son.
Yeah, I'll only coach for Hoya the Hoya.
Speaking of Georgetown, a school I did not think would be brought up because I don't like talking about college, but Patrick Ewing, hope he gets well.
Yes.
Sounds like he's doing better per his son.
Hopefully so. I'm hoping, yeah. Pat got the COVID, and I'm hoping he kicks it.
But it does sound like they're really going to force basketball to come back.
Was there any doubt?
There was never a doubt with football. There was slight doubt for me with basketball, but Clutch Agency does not sleep. Those checks be clearing.
Listen, that money they lost in Hong Kong, that's how I know. I was like, these playoffs coming back one way or another. Tillman Fertitta's like, I'll play the games myself. I need money.
What if they just got NBA players to play golf instead?
I'd have no interest in that.
Did you watch any of it yesterday?
Not a moment.
It was the most enthralled I've ever been by golf, which isn't a high bar.
I was gonna say, faint praise. People seem to enjoy it, which is good, but I was like, yeah, this ain't for me.
It was like watching people stink at golf, I think, is better than watching them be good at golf.
Yeah, you have to be either really good or really bad. Like, nobody wants to watch somebody bowl a 185 game. Right. Wants to you bowl 300 or 3. Preferably on September 11th. But it doesn't have to be on September 11th.
Not a 3. That'd be disrespectful. I only want to see 300s on 9/11.
Listen, that's all Joe Schmo Bowles or whatever the fuck his name was.
Listen, it's Memorial Day. I feel like he should get looped in with the troops.
I'm fine with it.
That man did more for this country than a handful of us civilians. I'll tell you that much.
It's Schwarzkopf, and it's what's this guy's name? Bill Morrow. Those are the two. Those are the two heroes. There's a Huffington Post story on Bill.
Listen, there would be another one too if I wasn't. If I didn't.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, I need to know what you read.
The first sentence of this from the Huffington Post is called "The Man Who Bowled a Perfect Game on 9/11." The first line: Bill Morrow remembers 9/11 fondly. Oh man, I just like that's
Hold
the
on,
opener. Like bam.
The sub headlines.
Oh yeah, I saw that afterward. Yeah,
just says the man who let me pull this up for the old stream here because that is tremendous.
Yeah, I'll read it as you're pulling it up. The man who bowled a perfect game on 9/11. Bill Morrow's only perfect game was fantastic. The rest of September 11th, 2001 was not, by Luke O'Neal. I accidentally skipped ahead to the second paragraph. Bill Morrow remembers 9/11 fondly. He'd gotten up early that morning to go to work at the paper mill like any other day. Tucked into the southwest corner of Massachusetts, not far from the New York and Connecticut borders, the area around Great Barrington, where Bill's lived his entire 67 years, was one of the centers of paper production in the country until they closed nearly all the plants. Bill's plant, now known as Onyx Specialty Papers and the last mill in the area, sits on the Housatonic River, which winds its way south there. There's a lot of stuff. He picked up a copy of the Berkshire Eagle that morning. Bill would have seen
like
the headline.
Backstory to a recipe.
Yeah, Bill would have seen headlines that didn't seem all that ordinary. Pittsfield postmaster transferred, read one. Experts say Mideast talks already in doubt, read another. And then it was 9/11. Luke White's with the hammer, man.
They should have put the Tom Bro dude tweeting. There was a Tom Bro dude, or was that Ballins? Who was just like, "How you doing today? Not great. It's 9/11."
I think that was Tom, and then Ballins was 910 dude.
Oh, of course,
Morrow, yeah.
And then
it was
after
9/11.
he read his paper, it was 9/11.
I was at work when it happened, Bill said. Of course, we didn't have a television there, but we had a radio, and a news flash came across the radio. So, of course, everything was dead silence. Poor choice of words by Bill. Bill and his coworkers finished out the day, heroes. And not knowing what else to do, he said, fuck it, let's go bowling. And man, is he glad he did, because it was the best game of his life. He'd never bowled so well in decades of trying. He'd never bowl so well again. Amidst the chaos and fear and uncertainty of the world changing in ways that neither he nor the rest of us yet understood, Bill Morrow went and bowled a perfect damn game on 9/11.
A hero. And look at this. He's like, I can't smile. I can't show my teeth. I can't give a full smile.
But I can't go too grim. Pete Weber, Oh, I knew instantly I wanted to talk to Bill when I saw the photo, but he wasn't so easy to track down. I reached out to the bowling alley, and after a couple of weeks, one of the owners wrote me back. I do believe that the bowler who bowled the 300 on 9/11 no longer bowls at the Cove and has not for many years. Disassociation from our hero. I do not have contact information, although I do believe he is a local. Hope that gives you something to go on. Sorry, I'm not much help, said a woman who was less than no help. Then it tells her story.
And then finally, on 9/11 of this year, I found what I thought might be the number and address for a William Morrow in Great Barrington. Could it be him? Would he even still be alive? It was our man, the man, Bill the man.
Bill 9/11 Morrow.
His lovely wife answered the phone. It didn't seem all that surprised when I explained sheepishly what I was calling about.
Morrow household, home of Bill, 9/11 Morrow, hello, said Susan.
17 years ago today, he bowled a perfect game down there. She told me with pride. It was as if they'd been waiting for someone to call this entire time. Bill and I had a great chat. And the next day, my computer crashed. Again, poor choice of words.
It went straight down in flames, my computer did.
I called Bill back again a few months later. I didn't want to let his story go untold. He was happy to oblige me. After all, 9/11 was one of the best days of his life.
It's like, listen, I woke up. My wife made a great breakfast. It was our 3rd wedding anniversary. We just closed on our house. Like things were looking up for Billy M.
So we finally have the answer. It was nighttime bowl, and 9/11 very much had already, which was always my suspicion. Like you can't bowl at 8 a.m. You just can't.
Listen, if you're bowling a 300 game, I bet he's bowled at 8 a.m. before.
Maybe on like a Saturday, perchance, not a Tuesday for sure.
No, that's regular. Come on, man. If you get there at 8, you're late. What they say in the bowling world.
Walk me through the game that night. When was it? Well, we started at 6:30 in the evening for practice, and then at 7 the league starts. So of course everyone was talking about the events of the day.
What? Y'all see what the Mets did last night? They're gonna get rid of Cologne. Are you kidding me? Bill 9/11 happened. Oh. That too.
I love the idea of people on 9/11 calling it 9/11 already.
Yeah, no, again, the best day of my life.
He didn't know that yet.
Oh boy, I'm very afraid to read on. We got his opinions on everything from Donald Trump.
Yeah, I'm not
Bernie. I will.
How regularly had you been bowling? Once a week, we bowled every Tuesday night. See, this is what I'm talking about. They would not budge. I remember so many things got canceled or pushed back because of, again, 9/11, but not.
Yes, I recall.
Not the Great Barrington Tuesday Night Bowling League. They push forward, and that's what this country's all the fuck about.
I need to know who gave like the prep speak, guys. This is what they want, huh? This is what they want.
If we don't bowl, they win.
They want us to can, and it just cuts the people in on. Yeah, if we don't bowl, Otta wins. Is that what you guys want? Bill didn't want that.
What I want to know, and I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it comes in this, but like at what at some point in the day, someone was like, "So we still bowling tonight?" Like when did
somebody had to break the ice? Guys, not to be that guy, but headed home from work, need to know which way to turn. If y'all could get back to me quick.
Were you scared? Did you think we were going to war? Well, we knew it was a terrorist attack, and the investigation was where they came from, how they got in, how they managed to do all that. It was high alert for everything. Railroads, planes. Of course, they grounded all
bowling alleys.
There was no war. We weren't worried about war, but the talk was getting back at them. Find out who did it and strike back. Was this your first perfect game? Yes. What?
Hey, listen, I thrive. Billy M thrives under pressure.
I'd never bowled a perfect game. I haven't bowled in probably 12, 13 years now. Why did you stop? Because of the establishment. I picture that being like big bowling, and it just meant they weren't taking care of the facilities very well.
Bill, Calvin, Johnson, Morrow was like, man, I just wanted to do my thing, and they just... I'd rather walk out a man than crawl out on my knees.
Why do they have this picture of just a man who works at the paper factory?
Listen, he's inspecting the quality, dickhead. He's not just working. You didn't go to another lane. The one up here in Pittsfield is about 14 miles from here. It wasn't worth traveling all the way up there. Bowl for 2.5, 3 hours and come back later. Is he walking 14 miles? I drive 15, 20 minutes somewhere. I'm going to stay for 3 hours. Like, that doesn't feel unreasonable, but
yeah. Well, it's Western Mass too, so there's no like electricity out there. So it's dark roads for sure.
You don't get to 300. The road to 300 is not paved with light bulbs. It's paved with hard work.
He was a young man then. He was in his prime.
It's paved with hard work, dedication, and national catastrophes.
Well, I skipped down a little bit. The reason I'm interested in your story, because they just talk about paper for a long period of time.
He's asking, look, so the paper, does it come with 4 corners? Or the funny thing is, it comes with 3. We add there's a lot of paper talking.
A lot of heavy paper talk. The reason I'm interested in your story is because there's something fascinating about going bowling directly after a terrorist attack, right? That was the concept. Rudy Giuliani at the time said America is going to go about their duty. We're not going to let this divert us in any way. We're America. We're not going to be scared by this. Everyone should do what they do, and we did. The whole country did. We didn't just stop. We had jobs to go to, functions to go to. Do you remember?
Bill lived in a different America than I did, man.
Do you remember what people were saying? Any conversations? No, just discussing who did it and how they managed to get on board. You can think about it now, but there's all these conspiracy theories they have out there now too. I've been looking a lot at a lot of that online.
Billy Conspiracy Morrow.
I'm not going to read this whole thing, but the first you find a little suspicious.
Great lead question
down, right? Oh yeah.
Bill,
here we go. Do you believe any of these other conspiracy theories that they have going around? There's a few. The biggest one they were talking about on the news just recently was about the Kennedy assassination.
Oh, daddy. No, you missed the good part. When you hear experts say it was a planned demolition, the way they came down, thermite and different things that were used, and how fast they cleaned up and got rid of evidence, you got to admit they did a quick job cleaning up that mess to get things back in order. And Building 7, which was not affected at all, that just came down. That was very suspicious to me.
I love how this, we weren't supposed to clean. That's the suspicious part. We cleaned.
Too soon for Bill. Bill, he had about 200 at that point. They were like, Bill, they're cleaning up after 9/11. He's like, just don't even tell me. Just don't even tell me. I'm on a roll.
He's anti-Trump. That was a turn I did not see coming.
Well, once he said he's pro-Kennedy, figured he was anti-Trump.
Some people switch. Listen,
not Billy Morrow. Not Billy Morrow.
From what I understand, Lyndon Johnson had a lot to do with the Kennedy assassination.
What? Imagine his wife overhears like, oh yeah, this man wants to talk to you about your bowling game. She goes on about her business. You know what I'm saying? She comes, she peeks her head in, how's it going? And he's like, and Kennedy, kablooey. His brain was everywhere. And she just walks on back to the den. She's like, I'll just put my headphones on. I'll come back later, Bill.
I don't think they needed to put all of the. I'm not going to tell Luke how to do his job, but there's. Oh boy!
But did you talk to Bill Morrow?
I want to, but now that this has already been done, and it seems like recently.
Also, listen, they covered every base. We couldn't turn any stones.
If he spoke to us, it'd be a lot more Kennedy talk. Let me just say that.
Oh, I think Billy would like that. You're not
more bowling talk. No.
You're not a Trump guy, though, right? What do you think about him? No, I despise the man. He's not doing a good job at all. I don't like his arrogance. He's manipulative. He wants to be like Putin. He wants to be a tyrant. He wants total control over the judiciary, over everything. He gives his family, who are not qualified for the positions, he gives them positions. Positions, damn it.
He can't believe it.
He's like, were you a Clinton supporter? Well, much of what she did was good. But because of all the allegations and stuff, we were kind of tired of Clinton for a while. 8 years of her husband and then all her positions in the State Department. I don't know. Just time for some new blood.
He's a big Bernie guy.
They asked him about dispensaries. This is the most. They asked him about the Big Lebowski, which he's never seen. Yeah.
I do wonder if it was more like just old man rambling and it prompted him to ask questions off of the rambling.
Oh, of course. You think you go into a interview with a game plan for Billy Morrow? You think you know the answers? He changes the questions.
What's Great Barrington like? It's a tourist place now. No one's going to Great Barrington. Get a weekend in GB.
Who am I supposed to believe? You or Bill Morrow? Come on. Clearly a touristy place. A lot of shops.
They made Kingpin. You ever see that? Yes. Yes, I have. Do you have a favorite bowling movie? Oh, I don't know that there are many.
What about The Big Lebowski? Nope. Oh, you got to watch it. It's so good. Luke O'Neill's a journalist in Boston. Subscribe to Hell World here. I got to say, I like Luke's heavy-hitting journalism. A lot of people would shy away from asking about the Kennedy assassination some 60-some-odd years later. Not Luke. Not Luke O'Neill.
Again, thank you, Mr. Morrow, for your service to this great country. Because like Rudy Giuliani said, we will push on.
And also, again, thank you, Mr. O'Neill. Because as we see now, if you don't document your story at the time, they'll go back and they'll be like, Bill Morrow was bowling that in opposition. Those terrorist strikes fired him up. And Bill's like, no, that's not true. I just finished watching Kingpin, and I decided that I wanted to go to the lanes.
Oh, boy. I'm glad we finally got to the bottom of what appears to have someone got to the bottom of 2 years ago.
I do like that it was just on this guy's mind from September 11th, 2001 until this article. What's the date on it?
18.
November 29th, 2018. So for well over 17 years, Luke O'Neill was just captivated. This was his white whale.
Well, I think he saw the original tweet that he put in there go viral, and he was like, I need to figure out what the fuck happened here.
I'll just say that it separates the good from the greats. He should have had boots on the ground a long time ago. But again, don't let me tell the operator of the Hell's World newsletter how to do his job. Far be it from me.
You've tried it before, and they've told you to get off their lawn.
Yeah. I didn't listen then, and I'm not going to listen now. This was a great ad for Onyx Specialty Papers, though. So if y'all think about getting some specialty papers while you and the family are up in Great Barrington, stop by the Onyx Specialty Factory.
That's ONYX.
I know a thing or two about throwing some paper at Onyx. I don't. I really don't.
Quarters, perhaps.
I do like how he's got the single ear pierced.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Tinted shades, tinted bowling shades.
Oh, those are transition lenses, friend.
They transition to the lanes, though, not to like the sunlight. They tint like the same cut, like parquet hue. So it's like I don't even see the stripes. I'm one with the lane.
For his once a week bowling league.
That he won't drive 14 miles for. That's
13, sure. Let's be reasonable. 14?
I drive to Middle Barrington, sure. Low Barrington, absolutely. Great, literally a bridge too far.
If the NBA goes to conference-less playoffs, can they ever go back?
No. But I think this is another thing. Like, hey, we've been wanting to do this, or this is it's been on our mind. I don't know if it's like number one on the priority, but it's like, what all can we get done like right now? So if they do it this time, I think that's just the way it is, which I don't have an issue with.
Is there a way they do it and then they're like, oh no, this was like, if it's like Nets Magic finals, they're like, all right, yeah, no, we're not doing that again.
If Silver's the man I think he is, we won't have to worry about that.
Now, when have they given like a rough estimate date on when they're anticipating this?
I feel like I keep seeing, like, I think I saw practices are like June 8th. And then I feel like I saw the 8th and the 21st as dates, okay. But I don't know what, like I saw it was Windhorse and I think Bobby Marks were talking about how like the debate now is, do they want to even play like 5 or 6 regular season games at the end? And most people are like, no, there's no point. But all the teams that aren't making the playoffs are like, yes, like this is our last chance for revenue. Yes, let's play these last 6 games. So I can't imagine those guys will win out. But
I don't like what even is the revenue? Because if all the TV money's shared anyways, wouldn't they get it regardless of them playing or not?
I don't. That's what I wonder. Like, if they're going to do this in Orlando, or the Magic just like, yeah, we're the only ones coming up. Like, Disney stock goes through the roof.
Yes, that currently floored Disney stock will finally get some upward trends.
Yeah. I'd heard like some Orlando, some Las Vegas. Then it seemed like it's all going to be Orlando.
Yeah.
So I have a hard time believing like you're going to test guys like every day. You're going to tell them to stay quarantined. Like they can't do anything. They're not flying, so they're just going to have to literally sit in their hotel room or stay in the hotel. Guys are not going to do that.
Disney's vacant right now, right? Like there's no one in the whole place.
I'd hope not.
Yeah. So I think like I don't think you have to be like room court. Like I think if everyone within if they get all of Disney's fucking huge. Like they could get they can get into plenty of shenanigans just doing that.
They will, but it's gonna be okay. Listen, I can't leave the Disney compound, but you can come to me.
Yeah,
I think that's where it'll be. We tested you last night, and you didn't have it. This morning, you have it. I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing too. I feel like since it does, like it can show up late. I feel like when you get there, if it's the 8th of June or whatever, and then 14 days later, that's when games should start. 14 days later, test again.
Maybe that's what the 21st is, like 8th start, because that's about a 13-day, like a 2-week. Yeah. Maybe that's what that was.
But the only players I've seen talk about is like, no, we need a couple games under our legs before we just go right into playoffs. Like I get they've been itching to play.
Yeah. Boy, yeah, the Bucks go out. Yeah, no, they won 70 games, lost first round, like
to the 16 seed Magic.
Yeah, Orlando had Disney courts galore to practice on. Milwaukee didn't.
Is this too early for Durant to play?
Yes.
If it were July 22nd, do you think he would play?
I don't.
For August 22nd?
I think Kevin Durant's done rushing back from injuries or being told like it's okay to come back from injuries. So I would not play this season at all. Like they're not winning the championship this season by any. If they had championship aspirations, it's like, listen, we were 4 seed without you. As is, I think in the seeding they played the Lakers first round. Yeah. Lakers in 4. So I would not come. I don't see any benefit for him to come back. Like to come back, maybe win a couple games. It's like, yeah, you didn't die. That's the upside is you don't.
He had that too. He had that as well. He had Corona as well.
Yeah, so he definitely don't need to be playing. No, I forgot about that. Way out. He should never play again.
It would be very funny if Durant and Kyrie. Although, can Kyrie even come back?
I'm sure he could. It was. Why wouldn't it? Like, what rule are they going to enforce now?
Well, I was going to say, does NBA even have like a season-ending like DL spot?
Nah. If you're like one of like the 15, you can have surgery like yesterday and play tomorrow, and have surgery again the next day. Like,
it would be incredibly funny if after all this, LeBron comes back to play the 15 seed Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving Nets. And lose.
Listen, if they lose that, then it was good because they wasn't going to win 4 rounds anyway.
No,
I just don't. I don't see the upside. Like they're not winning a chance. If they cut it to like, yeah, okay, the biggest markets are in the Final 4, automatically, then you got to think about it. But no, I would not come back if I'm KD. If I was the Nets, I wouldn't let him come back.
I get it, but I'm sure it's on his mind.
Is it though?
I bet he just misses playing. Like
you know who else does? Everybody, literally.
Yeah, but I mean, he's coming back from the injury. Like he was not ramping up, but like when basketball was last being played, there were videos resurfacing of him. They're just regular surfacing of him playing, dunking, like practicing hard. So I'm sure he was like, I made all this progress. Then the world stopped. Then I got coronavirus, and now I'm sure he's just trying to work his way back again. And I'm sure it's fucking annoying.
He worried with what Johnny Boy 352 said on Twitter. I don't think he's thinking about the NBA Finals. I will say that I read that Victory Machine book, and he got to whoop Ethan Sherwood Strauss's ass. There's no way around it.
Well, what happened?
There's no two way, and it was a good book. It's just like Ethan Sherwood Strauss wrote it, so he reads it in the audio book. So he does all the voices, and the voice he does for KD is just wild disrespect. Like he just gives like something. I was like, damn. Like writers are frying your ass, man. That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. Listen, maybe he will. You don't know what he's up to. Maybe he will just whoop Ethan. Strauss's ass.
I'd like to see him come back early for that. Like even if you go like 1 through 16, it doesn't really change a whole lot. Like there's so many series that stay the exact same. Looking like we get a couple. Miami, Oklahoma City is a good first round series. Clippers, Dallas, we would have got that anyway. Milwaukee, Orlando, got that anyway. Boston, Philly, we got that anyway. Utah, Houston, we would have got that anyway. And boy, it leads to your Celtics playing the Clippers in the second round. You talk about a tough draw. You talk about bad news.
To be fair, it would have been the Bucks regardless. Like if it were normal.
As the ones, yeah.
So like not great.
No, but geez, Louise, the one team everybody agrees only cares about the playoff. And this is after the first round of Philly. I don't want to assume too much, but I think y'all would win.
I'll assume. They played us well.
No, I take that back.
They played us well this year.
Y'all were the 3, so y'all second round would be Toronto.
Oh, so
yeah, I'd rather play Toronto than the Clippers.
No shit.
That's just me. That's just me. That's just this man.
Philly was the 6?
Let's see. In the real standings.
Yeah.
Yeah, real standings. Philly was 6.
Maybe I do want a couple regular season games to see if these standings can shake a little bit.
Listen, they're tied with the Pacers, like same exact record. So,
because if we could, how far are we behind the Raptors?
3 full games.
How far are the Clippers behind the Raptors?
Asking a lot of questions. Let's see.
I'm going to keep asking.
Clippers are 2 games behind the Raptors.
Not great.
No. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, we got past Joel Embiid and a healthy Ben Simmons. Now what Paul George, Kawhi, what the hell?
Because if that could switch even a little bit, if we got the Clippers in that Raptors spot and then the Raptors, Mavericks, I'd play either of those 2 teams, obviously, as opposed to the Clippers.
Strong agree.
And then we're looking at, I don't know, probably the Magic in the finals on that bracket.
Yes. The Markelle Fultz led. He gets his revenge on Philly. He goes through Boston.
Yeah, wouldn't that be sweet if this was just enough time for his shoulder to really, really heal and he's just cooking.
30-foot range now.
I feel like this feels like Barney asking to get more beer at Homer's poker game, and he's the only one asking. This was LeBron, like, yeah, let's go to the 16-team bracket. Yeah, let's do that. Because oh boy, the Lakers have a cakewalk.
Oh boy, moonwalk to the. I don't know if LeBron would play the first 2 rounds. The Lakers, as it would break down currently, real life NBA would be Grizzlies first round. Winner of Jazz, OKC, then probably Clippers, then probably Bucks. This one, they get Nets first round, Toronto second round, which poor Toronto.
No.
Right? Now, listen,
LeBron. It would be Jazz or Rockets.
My bad. Yeah. Which I think the Rockets would comfortably beat the Jazz.
Really?
Listen, Lakers.
There's no historical proof of that.
Listen, Lakers, Houston, Lakers in 5. And then they go on to get Toronto. LeBron's like, listen, I've been beating these guys for years. Like, just take it from me.
Follow me, guys.
Yeah, just Kyle Lowry's like, yeah, no, I've got that monkey off my back. I'm a champion. And he looks across and sees LeBron James, and he just starts crying.
Spinning the ball. Right in surgery.
So it'd be Lakers, Toronto. I can't hear your mic now. There we go. Yeah, Lakers, Toronto would be their final 4. And they wouldn't have to play the Clippers to the finals, and they would avoid the Bucks altogether. Sucks for the Bucks too. The Bucks get the Clippers in the final 4. Tough scene.
Yeah, they have to. If this happens and the Bucks win the championship, they should get 2 banners. If they have to beat the Clippers and the Lakers, they should get 2 banners.
Yeah, like Shaq and other people were saying, this should have an asterisk. For more important, like whoever wins this championship, this should count for 1.5. But yeah, if Milwaukee, I said it was like the team that spent all regular season kicking ass, coming to play the team that did not care about the regular season at all.
Not even in the finals.
Clippers in 6. It'd be at all LA finals, which would be great.
In Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like probably benefits the Clippers.
Hold on, your mic is cutting out.
Fucking Christ. I feel like let me make sure it's even on the right fucking one.
No, it's better. It was just cutting in and out.
Yeah. I feel like if it is an all LA finals and it's in Orlando, that has to benefit the Clippers.
What, like crowd wise?
Yeah.
I don't know about benefit. Like they would definitely have that home court if all 7 were in LA, but I don't know about benefit, because it's also like, boy, oh boy. You talk about the playoff games we get when all these guys are like staying in the same place, all rested, like a game in between days, and Kawhi Leonard hasn't had to fly across the country. Holy shit, what a final. Give me best of 15 of that. Y'all not traveling? Yeah, what are y'all doing?
And they've had 2-3 months off.
Mm-hmm. James Harden weighs 176 pounds. The Jazz hate each other. Like, if they start this shit in 2 weeks, I honestly don't know who plays for the, like, do they even?
What's his name said he was just going to go back to Australia and never come back.
Ingles? Yeah,
Ingles.
Paul George loves to hear it.
Yeah, he's like, please. Stop.
Yeah, like Bogdanovich just had surgery. If Ingles just doesn't play, Gobert would play 48 minutes and not get past the ball at all. And Donovan Mitchell might say, yeah, I still don't like playing with that guy.
Not that it matters for basketball, but have they talked about expanding the rosters or no?
Not that I've heard.
All right.
Yeah, I don't like, they can call it your G League guys, like they. But yeah, 2 weeks off, man. You're playing 48 minutes, Giannis. What do you mean? You're tired? What are you talking about? You slept in your bed for 3 months straight. Like,
Heat Thunder would be fun.
Yeah, it's a couple doozies. That would be a good first round. Toronto Denver would be a second round matchup. I think that'd be a good matchup.
Yeah.
And yeah, Milwaukee Clippers, and it not being the finals, I'd be here for that. As a fan of neither of those teams, I'd be fine with that.
Both of those teams.
Yes, it cancels out and also weighs double.
The Celtics Sixers is the best. That's the best first round match.
I really like it. I think it's one of that, Miami, Oklahoma City, and I don't think they'd win, but I would be interested to see Clippers versus Dallas. I just want to see like Luka's first playoffs, and let's just like, is Kawhi just gonna be like, oh yeah, you're just another person I'm just going to shut down?
He's like, hello.
Yeah, so yeah, that ball, I'll take that, Mr. Doncic. But
and then what? Bucks. I feel like the Thunder probably win that.
I went Miami. I had Miami in 7, so I could see either one winning.
Okay.
Clippers, Dallas, Denver, Indiana. I was like, that's interesting in terms of style of play, but Denver in 5.
Yeah, but we don't.
All due respect, yeah.
We don't know what Jokic looks like after all this.
I mean, if he's only gotten bigger, right?
I would assume
that's a good thing, though. Like that, that's the source of his strength.
One way or the other. Like, because if you think of how he started off this season, if he has another like start off to the season, but for the playoffs, not great.
See, but I feel like that was the start off like from the summer workout. He's like, once I got going, I was going. Like, I'm still eating like a house. I'm still 380, but I already got the bat. Like, I didn't pick up a whole basketball in the summer. It's only been it's been 6 weeks since I picked up a basketball. Last time, 4 months.
So Raptors Nuggets is fun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think Rockets Lakers is a little bit more fun than you're giving it credit.
It'd be a fun 5-game series.
I'd say Lakers in 6.
Sure, tons of fun.
It can be if when the Rockets lose in dramatic fashion in Game 6 after they miss just a comedy of errors amount of shots.
And it's 39 straight threes.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, the numbers ain't telling that. Tough scene.
Celtics Clippers. Are you kidding me?
That's rough. I will say, you do these and it turns into boy, oh boy. This Celtics core is this really the core? They just paid Kemba. Jaylen Brown got.
Yeah, we lose to the Clippers.
Yeah, it's time to pay Tatum. Should Danny Ainge lock himself into a core that can't get past the LA Clippers?
Yeah, we lose in like 7. Everyone's just like, I got to trade all these guys.
Ainge can't draft, like I said.
Did we play him twice? I feel like we did.
The Clippers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
I remember one vividly. Let's see.
The overtime loss.
Yeah.
We didn't house them. We beat them by 8 in Boston, and that took 2 overtimes. So it's been close. I can't believe it's 6. Yeah. Fucking people. And that's I wouldn't hate that.
That's the thing. I know you wouldn't, but boy, oh boy, we're losing. You're telling me we got 28 rings and we're losing to these guys who don't even play in the regular season? I'll hang up and listen. What? Bradley Stevens, you talk about the hot seat.
Yeah, was that the game? Yeah, that was so that Clippers win was like the Tatum arrival because we lost to Houston. Yeah. We lost to Houston. No, that was the first game because we had lost to Houston the game before and we recorded. And I was like, this guy does not show up against good teams.
See? That.
Yeah, he got 15 on 15 against Houston 2 days before.
Yuck.
0 for 7 from 3.
That's y'all's man, not me.
And then against the Clippers, again, so that was Tuesday. And then, we recorded Thursday, like while that game was happening. And he put up 39 on Kawhi.
Lost 1 in overtime. Then they won the double overtime one. Very hard fought series, and I think Stevens would absolutely get a job immediately right after he's let go. I don't think he'd be unemployed long at all.
We were supposed to play Milwaukee right when all of this ended.
Good times.
Dear Lord. Were they?
Yes.
The Clippers in the second round.
Listen, just your classic 4 or 5.
All right, so then Celtics Bucks in the third round.
Bucks in 3.
Bucks, Giannis has to like protest this or something. If this is how they lose Giannis, because they play the Clippers and then the Lakers. It's just like, fuck. Well, if I'm gonna do this, I might as well just go play for the fucking Nuggets, dude.
Yeah, like, dude, what the hell? It's a tough ass. It's tough saying, all right, man. Lakers, Clippers in the final. Maybe the system works, man. Maybe the system worked.
Yeah, because it always would have been like Clippers would have had to gone through Lakers, Bucks. Lakers would have had to have gone through Clippers, Bucks, something like that. So now it's just the Bucks having to go through those two instead.
I was like, this only hurts the Bucks, is what
without question. Yeah.
Yeah, the Clippers have to. If you're winning the title, one of the LA teams has to do all this in some order, regardless.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's like, hey man, we were planning on a light 4-game before a 7-game battle.
Yeah, no, not quite. Because even Thunder in the second round is tougher than who would have it been? Who was the 4 or 5?
Miami Pacers.
Yeah, I mean, so it still may be Miami, but I would much prefer to play the Pacers than the Thunder.
I think many teams would.
Yeah, this is tough. It'll be enjoyable to watch, but it's tough.
If it happened like that, I would hope. I hope we never see another 70-win team again, because that's what you get for trying hard, busting your hump. You get to play the Clippers in the first round.
Used to be playing the Clippers in the first round was a good thing.
Yeah, lunch meat test. Yeah.
So who did you have winning all this?
Lakers. I went Lakers over Clippers in 7.
It's fucking skate.
Listen, I have no reason to, especially after this 12-game rest the Lakers will have before these finals. I think this benefits them even more, and I already had the Lakers.
I'll tell you when I will throw an asterisk on this. The Lakers win it. Any other team wins it? Nope.
No, I mean, that's a given, because I've already seen like listen, if Kawhi does it this year, 3 finals MVPs, 3 years, quarantine year. But then I've also saying, listen, if LeBron James does it, he's got 3.5 rings. So it doesn't count. He's 37. He's got 8 kids.
Yeah, he beat that Thunder team. That was basically a college team if you look at their age.
Yeah.
So
you got to wonder why
title.
Got to wonder why the Lakers didn't play the Durant, Harden, Westbrook Thunder. Got to wonder what LeBron's running from. Who's king? Luke O'Neal signing off. Hell's World publication.
Contributor, yeah.
Contributor to the Hell's World Times. Boy, yeah, see, y'all would lose in the second round, and then y'all would have to trade Jaylen Brown for Bradley Beal.
I can't believe the tweets I come to when I look at my phone every now and then.
I don't. What do you want to do? Beal and Tatum are from the same.
That.
They're from the same city, man. What do you? They're friends. Damn it! Like, what do you expect? It's written in stone.
Man, oh man, I can't imagine something that would infuriate. Well, there are certainly trades that would infuriate me.
I was gonna say you could do a lot worse than Bradley Beal, but
yeah, you could. But if I'm gonna trade a non-all-star for a non-all-star, I don't know if that's the way I would do it.
Anytime I would point that out, people would be like, "Oh, come on, Whiskers, that was a farce. You know he was an all-star." Listen, I know he was an all-star, except for the part where the media, current players, coaches, and commissioner had a chance to pick him and didn't. Outside of that, he's definitely an all-star.
Without question.
I don't think you'll get any argument from anyone. But oh boy, Kemba and Beal in the backcourt. You talk about lunch meat city, and with no Jaylen there oh my lord.
That's what I mean. Right now, we have a lot of things to mask Kemba. Kemba's like, I'll take far too many charges to make up for my other deficiencies.
The Steve Nash, yeah.
You get rid of Jaylen and bring Beal in there. You might as well just trade for Trae Young. That'd be better.
No. There's a difference. I don't know what it is. People like Beal and don't like Trae, so there's a difference. Take that. Scoring 30 is bad, but 29 and 9 is worse.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. Like the Beal, like I've always had this thought too, and I'm sure other people have too. So I'm not trying to take credit for it, but Beal looks like he should be able to defend, and Trae doesn't. So I think that makes people think he's a better defender in their minds.
I mean, it could be there in the minds. The numbers and the tape show otherwise.
Correct.
And again, like for that exact reason, Beal, like his body's where he wants it to be. He should be a better defender than he is. That's why it's like, all things considered, he got to be worse than Trey, right? Trey's played 100 career games and weighs 142 pounds right now. Beal been in the league 6-7 years. He's scoring 30. He's not making the All-Star team. It's a lot going on.
Was Beal's defense better when he was with Wall? I feel like it had to have been.
Yes, he was not nearly like
this bad.
Yeah, he wasn't worst defender in the league. And
so if you got him under Stevens and he didn't have to like hoist for 30 every game, I'm sure it would improve. I don't know how much, but it would improve.
Sure. Go from the first percentile to the
fifth, the
20th, maybe 21.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. Bill's contract's out egregious too. There's Jalen in a wash. Like, I don't think this is particularly close.
How many times does Jalen Brown average 30 points, man?
That's the thing. Is he going to come here and average 30? Of course not. He's going to be a second, maybe third option.
Is he a trash can like that bum Jalen Brown? No,
of course not. But this isn't even like a thing where it's like, Jalen averages like 13-1-1 anymore. He just averaged 20 this year. So it's like, if Beal's going to come here to average 22 on like the same splits, like, yeah, this is a dumb trade.
I give him, I think 24, 25, giving up 21, 22 on the other end. I think it's even.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, we call it even Steven around these parts.
No thanks. For sure not.
I don't know what to tell you, man. They're from the same city, so it's pretty much in the works. I gotta say, those other trades, they weren't great, but then it's like you look like stars just don't go for what they go for, like what we think they go for. They consistently don't. So maybe these trades are too much.
Hold on.
Okay. I'll do it. I'll hold on.
Because really good things often go for a better deal than you anticipated.
Absolutely.
Like cologne.
Do
you have any funny experiences with cologne, Withers?
Remember the first cologne I ever got? I was getting low, so I put water in it to make more last, like a dum-dum. I was wondering why. I was like, I don't smell nearly as good as I used to smell. My old man was like, oh, no. It was hilarious. I smelled terrible. It was a very funny cologne story.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be like, so I put sulfuric acid in there.
Yeah.
So really stretched it.
I brushed my teeth with the cologne, yeah.
Have you ever walked into a Sephora to get cologne and became instantly overwhelmed by all the choices?
Yes. Yes, I have.
How about Old Spice? And make all the girls think, oh, am I necking? Am I rubbernecking with my pops?
Happens all too many times, mate.
Well, you should try Hawthorne.
I'm listening.
It's Hawthorne. Too many colognes, from what I've found, are just like, yeah, this is for always. You spray this on. You go to work. You go to church. You go to the grocery store. You go on a date. One-stop shop. That's wrong. Hawthorne is the one-stop shop. However, they give you two different colognes. You understand? Two different scents.
No. I'm accustomed to one for everything, so I don't know about this two thing.
Well, be ready for your world to be rocked. Because they've got to work and they've got to play. The work, that's more your everyday scent.
Sure.
That's your moseying around town, because that's a thing people do.
That's my living room scent. Yeah.
But then you got to play.
That's when I hit the kitchen and really let my hair down.
Yeah, that's when you're feeling a wee bit friskier than you would when you're working.
Roll up the legs on my pajama shorts and, you know what I mean? Put a little bit of that play behind my kneecap.
But let me take it a step further, if I may.
Sure.
Their work and play also isn't some sort of across-the-board standard. They customize it to you and your wants, your desires, your needs.
But how would they know, Mick? Come on. How do
Let
they know,
me
how
tell
do they
you.
know my desires, my needs?
They're right behind you.
I got to take that down. Damn.
They have you fill out the simplest, shortest, yet in-depth test to get your flavor palette, not of your tongue, well, also of your tongue, but to create the perfect musk, the perfect scent, custom to you. Are you a whiskey guy? Are you a vodka guy? That will let them know, among with other things, what kind of scent really suits you. And by the way, fellas and ladies, Father's Day is right around the corner. This is the perfect gift for your dad or dad's husband, son, brother, your father or father-in-law. Take the quiz for him. You know your dad. Of course you do. And Hawthorne will handle
your father-in-law. That'd be great. I thought you smelled like a dumpster steel. This is what I thought you might like, old man.
A boot fished out of a lake.
He's like, I love it. It's work and play.
And Hawthorne will handle the personalization from there. It's a thoughtful gift, special for him, and it stands out. It's not your run-of-the-mill gift.
Yeah, come on. I mean, he got a tie. He got socks. He don't have work and play cologne though.
Take a quick 2-minute quiz. Hawthorne tells you the 2 colognes that are best for you, one for work, one for play. Totally risk-free with free shipping and free returns. Check out hawthorne.co. That's Hawthorne with an E. And use our promo code LIGHTS to get 10% off
code again, Nick?
your first purchase. That's HAWTHORNE.co. And use our code LIGHTS to get 10% off your purchase. Hawthorne.co.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows us, the Lights boys.
Yep. Lights, camera, mixtape.
I think we'll go back to the Beal trades.
Okay.
Now,
jersey swap. I'll say this: if y'all gonna start giving me hypothetical trades for pick'ems, well, you've created a new monster. So, jersey swap Instagram page. I hope you know what you're doing. They've got a page.
We've become quite the duo when it comes to this. You with your pick'ems, and me with my back tearing like I never left.
Strong holiday tearing.
When I saw that, when that graced my at mentions, because I get asked to tier all sorts of things. Sure. Jordan gets offered to play one-on-one all the time. There's just not enough hours in the day, you understand.
Absolutely.
But when that one came across, what was I to do? I had to. My hands were tied. Yeah.
Tier. What you're supposed to do.
Tier I fucking did. Big Waterfall was in my mentions. Crowing about. Listen, waterfalls are okay. You go over on a barrel, sure. That's it.
Major League Baseball players used to die like that.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Who else was Atoll Twitter is out in droves. I didn't even rank them that low.
They're menaces. I do think Archipelago got a good shake. That was really the only one I needed to see, and it was where it needed to be.
Correct. Yeah. No. Listen, they were all where they needed to be.
Well. You tell that to the basin community. Fjords.
The fjords were where they were big S tier. The fjords.
They're fine, but too close to Archipelago for this, man.
We all have our preferences.
If I have 15 bucks, let's see. 5 Archipelago.
5 fjord. I've got 5 fjord.
1 waterfall, 1 basin, 1 mouth of a river. Bam. Yeah. Perfect team.
1 delta.
Yeah, done.
Someone make that, please. Someone make so Tyler can pick them Earth features.
Yeah, try me, you cowards. Think I won't.
But yeah, Bradley Beal. Trade scenarios.
We got 6 of them. In order, the order they were listed by the at Jersey X Swap Instagram page. The Miami Heat offer Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson, Andre Iguodala, 2020 first round pick. Your thoughts, Mick?
I feel like Hero Robinson and Davis Bertans on the court at the same time. John Wall's got a lot of people to pass to, and that team wins 14 games.
I mean, listen, they're doing that now. So if I could trade my superstar and keep the status quo going, Washington, I have to think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. This is where I wish I could get a Justice instead of like an Iguodala, even.
No dice.
If only. Trying to think of what else Miami even has. I can't do who plays basketball.
I mean, you want some Crowder? You want some
Crowder,
Kendrick Nunn, maybe.
Crowder and Nunn would be interesting. Crowder and John Wall do not get along.
Listen, nobody gets along until pandemic. Then they continue to not get along. No, I only like this offer again if you're betting on John Wall getting back to what he was, which I think they kind of have to bet on because they don't have a choice.
If I'm betting on that, I'd probably rather just see him and Bradley Beal play.
Well, now you're talking crazy because that's not on the graph. So I've searched it high and low, and I do not see it.
Okay, all right. You had that ranked. Did you have that 6? No, you had that a little higher.
I had it first.
Okay,
because some of these, as you'll see, they get progressively worse.
I feel like John Wall would have Tyler Herro doing like a reverse Sammy Sosa.
I think Tyler Herro would have Tyler Herro doing a reverse Sammy Sosa.
Listen, but he just needs that one nudge. You know what I mean? Like he wants to. He just needs a nudge. And John Wall's just like, yeah, just say it. He's like, will do.
No, he knows better.
Doesn't.
Cal would never. But listen, Wall and Herro, I think, again, I had it first for a reason. My baby boys in the same backcourt. Are you kidding me? Come on. And also, Duncan Robinson Bertans literally had 2 of the best shooting seasons of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Like no exaggeration.
Oh, yeah.
And if you could put, like, Herro would be the 3rd best shooter, which is terrifying on that team. Next off with the Denver Nuggets, Gary Harris, Martin, 2020 first round pick and a 2022 first round pick. Your thoughts, Mick?
The first round pick means nothing.
Well, there are 2 of them, though.
I thought one was a second round pick.
No, 2020 and then a 2022. But both first rounders.
No.
Okay.
No. I'd rather the Miami offer.
I have this one ranked 6th out of 6. Because
you don't like Gary Harris much.
He's not good. Like, I don't know.
No.
He's like a nice guy, but like
he was good at a point in time.
For sure. And if you think trading him to Washington Wizards, that's what gets him back, then go for it. Not me. Like, I like Will Barton. He's 30 though. Like, if I'm trading Bradley Beal, I'm not trading him for 30-year-olds. And again, these first round picks, like the Nuggets have been like top 3 seed the past 2 years. Like, these picks are going to be, and you're adding Bradley Beal.
Right.
But on the flip side, like, people were saying, why would the Nuggets do this? I was like, I mean, I get the concerns, but if you can put Jokic, Porter, Murray, Beal out there, that's horrifying firepower offensively. You sprinkle in like Jeremy Grant, Torrey Craig, like a couple defenders, and that's a scary team.
Yeah, I think if I'm Washington, I need either that deal, but you can keep one of your first and you throw Porter in, or take like Troll Barton out and put Murray in. Like, there's got to be some.
Listen, if you're throwing in Porter, you can keep all your first round picks. I have no need for the 28th pick this year and the 30th pick in 2 years after y'all win the championship because I traded Bradley Beal for nothing.
Yeah, for sure. But in order for me to be like, Denver doesn't get to keep all their good stuff. Like, I'm not taking all your crap.
Listen, that's what the offer has, and that's why I had him 6th. Next offer, Brooklyn Nets. Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, 2020 first-round pick via Philadelphia, and a 2020 second-round pick via Denver. Your thoughts, Mick?
I mean, that Philly pick, who knows? That could be anything. That could be top 5. That could be 30th. That could be any pick.
It's this year, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, I forget constantly what year it is due to, again, the pandemic.
Sure.
So, yeah, that pick's not great.
No. It's, I think, the 20th pick or 23rd, something like that, yeah.
Who are the players again?
The 20 and the 55th pick.
Allen?
Yeah, it'd be picks 20 and 55 this year, LeVert and Jared Allen.
Unreal. LeVert's only got 2 years left on his deal. Is that right?
Let me see. Because he might be one of those signed it, but it hasn't started yet. Like can't remember if he signed his before, like year 4 or after. Let's see. LeVert his has not started yet. So his next year will be the first year of a 3-year, $53 million contract.
Okay, I remember it was 3. I couldn't remember if it already started.
Yeah, no, this was the last year of his rookie deal. So next year starts that contract.
That's one where I wish it had just been 5. Because then I'd like it more just to have complete. Because no one's going to stay in Washington unless there's like a gunplay involved.
Oh, listen, they pay up though. But again, do. You get locked into 5 years of LeVert and his injury history. I don't think I'd want 5.
No, I get it. But if I'm trading Beal, who I know I have for like 8 more years, because his doesn't kick in for 2 more, something crazy like that.
Well, he keeps adding his own on.
Right.
Yeah, he just keeps adding like 1 or 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 1s on, which good for him. I had this one. I don't love it. But I'm telling you, the offer's about to fall off a cliff.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
LeVert and Allen. I just think they both like need bigger roles, and I think you would get that. They would fit relatively in with Wall. The picks are meh. It just depends on how you. I like LeVert and Allen. That's why I had it as high as I did.
Yeah, I like LeVert and Allen fine too. But that feels like one of those guys probably won't be there 3 years from now, which is why I'd be hesitant to do it.
Well, the thing is, you would have that control because if it's LeVert, but Allen, you would have that. You can match any deal and you can negotiate his next one. And I think you're forgetting me the 55th pick in the noted strong 2020 draft.
I'm more thinking of their actual pick, which is going to be what, top 5?
Let's see where the mock draft gets us with the new lotteries. That might be like 2nd, might be like 15th.
I say, what was their?
They had
their record was they were only 9. They were 9.
Yeah, they were 9. So it's projected to be 9.
Okay.
So yeah, they would have 9, 20, and 55. A lot of ammo. A lot of.
Well, I was thinking if it was in the top 5 and it was like Wiseman, then I wouldn't even want a center. I'd rather just roll with Wiseman. But 9, that could be fucking me. Who knows?
You can get another Rui Hachimura.
5 of him.
Milwaukee Bucks. Eric Bledsoe, DJ Wilson, Dante DiVincenzo, and a 2020 first-round pick via Indiana, which would be the 19th pick in the draft. Your thoughts?
I probably want them to throw in that Giannis guy. He seems pretty good.
Listen, I can only go by what jersey swaps is posed here. It's Bledsoe, it's Wilson, it's DiVincenzo, it's 19.
Luke May's on this team since when?
Probably. I had this 5th. I don't like this deal for Washington.
Is the reason you have it 5th only because John Wall and Eric Bledsoe are pals?
It's the reason I ranked it.
6th?
Yeah, it's the reason I ranked it at all. Again,
I mean, yeah, this deal stinks.
Yeah, like Bledsoe, who's like having a great year. He's 30. I like Dante, and I think if another guy a bigger role, he'd do great. But boy, oh boy, it's really easy to cook with some of those guys in Milwaukee around you.
Dante's a DMV guy too, isn't he?
Probably. I can't imagine anybody like not from. I feel like Villanova stays in the area.
Yeah, Delaware.
DJ Wilson, who I thought had a good second year, but this year not as much. I don't like this offer. I can do way better for Bradley Beal.
I feel like the only way the Bucks even get involved here is if like it's Middleton and Bledsoe, and I don't know why either team would really be. I could see why, like Washington would be interested in that. I don't see why Milwaukee would.
Oh yeah, there's no way they're giving Middleton at all. I would say,
unless Giannis specifically was like, yes, trade Middleton for Bradley Beal.
Even then, hey, bud, you got to sign on that line first, man.
Right? Yeah.
Next deal, Toronto Raptors. Norman Powell, OG Anunoby, Terrence Davis, 2021 first-round pick. Your thoughts?
It's another pick that's not going to be very good.
It's in a better draft, though.
Maybe.
That's what they say. It's some pretty good stuff, Mick.
It's decent stuff. There's no question about that.
Norman Powell, great year. OG, great year. Terrence Davis, rookie of the year. That 2021. Who's to say the Raptors don't just tank and blow it up next year? And that 20. If I know anything about Masai Ujiri, it's a guy who loves. He's focused on the lottery. I had this one 4 just because all these guys are. Terrence Davis is a fine player. I just trust him in the Raptor system a lot more than the Wizards system. And if he's not bringing those coaches, but if he's not bringing like all those guys, like Terrence Davis gets to do all that cool shit because all the other Raptors know exactly what they should be doing.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to have to benefit in Washington.
I was gonna say Brooks does a decent job with young guys. Like I won't say he doesn't.
Sure. Yeah.
You're right. The rest of the players on the court, they have to help too. Which is the problem in Washington. This is a deal I feel like I don't think Toronto would want to do.
It's one of I could only
to tie into that money.
The thing is, Bill is next year. This year's Cook, so he's on a 1+1. So he could be there for 1 year, and they'd be like, "Okay, we've already got you. Decline that option. We'll sign Giannis and then re-sign you because we have your bird rights." So that's the only way I can see that. Do
you know the bird rights go automatically?
If he's traded, they'll be able to.
Okay.
Because it's the only team he's ever he extended with the team that drafted him.
Right.
So I think that's the only way I could see Toronto doing it. So I had that one 4th. Like it's fine, but stars for stuff I feel like usually doesn't work out well.
No.
Next one, last trade, New Orleans Pelicans. Lonzo Ball, Darius Miller, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and a 2021 first-round pick. Your thoughts?
The pick's interesting. I think it's the best pick so far available.
It's comfortably it's the only pick that has a chance to be in the lottery. The rest of them are 2020 picks from all playoff teams, or 2021 pick from the team that just won the championship. And then a
2022 pick from Denver.
Yeah, a lot of fun there. But if we're talking about next year, you got Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Rockets, Mavericks, Thunder, healthy Warriors feel like playoff locks. And then you still got Utah, Pelicans, Portland, Memphis, Spurs, Kings, Sun, all that for one spot. So there's a chance that could be a good pick.
Obviously, this isn't the one discussed, but what if – I don't even know if this would be – I guess it would be. But if it was just a sign and trade of Ingram straight up for Beal,
I wouldn't do it if I was New Orleans. I'd honestly rather have Ingram, like for his, like the leap he took, his age, length, all that, how he plays with, how he fits with the guys now. I'd keep Ingram.
because I just don't know about. Like, I feel like if you're trading for Lonzo, I don't know what that means with like him and Wall. I don't know what that does.
Well, I mean, Lonzo can play with, like he played with Drew. He can play with another point.
You might hang up.
You say
Drew's
what?
better than John Wall.
I mean, that's fine, but it's not like either one of them are like knockdown shooters. Like Lonzo, Lonzo's
Drew
big enough
definitely.
to defend both. Yeah, so
Lonzo defensively, John Wall and Lonzo would be tremendous.
That's what, and I like Lonzo. His shooting, like he's shown he could play with another point guard. It's not the best fit, but I had this one third. It's like I like Lonzo. Like I'm looking for, if I'm trading a star, I'm looking for one piece I think can be a star, and I think Lonzo can be a star, and I want that. That pick is the best of them. And Alexander Walker's not terrible. He had a fine.
No.
But
that's the thing. I like if I do this, if I'm like this, I may.
Drew Holiday had 4 good games. Now he better than first ballot Hall of Famer John Wall. The nerve.
If I can get New Orleans on the phone and like lock them into moving all these assets, like they're like, yeah, definitely, as long as we're getting Beal, I may be trying to get like a third team on the phone. Because I don't know how I would use all those in Washington, but if I get someone else with those pieces in a 3-team, then I might be more interested.
Washington needs whatever they can get. They'll use whatever pieces they could get.
I don't disagree, but it's like I really don't like see Lonzo and John Wall doing anything other than defense well together. And it's both guard defense, which is like a double negative.
My thing is, one, Rona knocked a year off that Wall contract, so you're a year closer. If I'm doing it, it's for Lonzo in long term. Like I'm looking to pay Lonzo. He's my guy long term. Wall's here because he's here now, but like I'm doing it for Lonzo. So their fit in the short term wouldn't really worry me. Like they're not winning a championship regardless. So
no, for sure not.
So I wouldn't be worried. In the East. Oh man,
I would feel genuinely bad for Lonzo.
Listen, and you trying to send Ingram, man? Both those guys just cannot find a home.
I know. Well, I wasn't trying to. I was just saying, like, because I do like Lonzo and Zion a lot together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to see that broken up.
Beal and Zion, how you feel about that? Lonzo never scored 30. Not even in a game. Ever in his life, not once.
What if Washington gets like the 3rd pick because of the new lottery, and they get LaMelo and Lonzo? Oh. Now we're talking.
Now I'm talking staying away because LeVar's in the house there. No thanks.
LeVar could take over the Wizards in 2 seconds.
That's the problem. So fast. That's the problem. No thanks.
Well, I think he doesn't need both kids there to do that.
Does LaMelo make it to 3?
I think so.
I feel like it's teams now that would take him 1. There's teams now that wouldn't take him in the top 100 picks. Like they just already decided. So it really is going to be who gets it. Like the top 5 teams just don't like him. He just falls, or the top 3 teams like him and they're dying to trade up for to get him.
1,000% agree. That's why like he could be at 3. He could go 1 like no problem. I do think he has the talent to be like him. I feel like a lot of people still have that like 12-year-old floppy kid jacking from half court in their mind. He's like 6'7". He's so fucking tall.
He is. His highlights look really good, but then you look at like the overall numbers and it's like, wait a minute, why? Like you're a much better shooter than like 38%. So it's like, why are you 38%? What is that?
everything I remember, and this was so many fucking months ago at this point, because his season ended like well before.
Which season, dude? I've heard every 2 weeks that he's in a different continent starting a new season for like the past 4 years.
The team he bought and named a horse after in New Zealand, his season ended because of injury. So it wasn't even because like Corona shut everything down.
That's a knockout. Can't stay healthy.
It was like the last, like he started off not great in that league. Like he was just okay. And then as the year progressed, he got much better.
That's like he won Rookie of the Year. He averaged 17, 7.5 boards, and 7 assists. But he shot 37% from the field and 25% from three. Like that's bad. That's trouble. 37 and 25. That's enough where it's like, okay, I know the stroke is better. So is your shot selection so bad it can't be fixed? Like 37 and 25 with New Zealand defenders on you, that would work.
He did have the greenest light in high school basketball history.
Yeah, and it ended up with him playing in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So, like the tools were all there. I think I'd want to keep them away from each other, man. I feel like Lonzo just kind of over this shit. Like I don't think he hates LaMelo. Like I don't think it's no beef between the brothers. But I think Lonzo's like, man, can I just like live in one place and not try to get traded and not have my dad yelling at me behind the bench every single game? Can I just play in New Orleans for a little bit? David Griffin's like, no, you cannot.
Yeah, sure can't. Poor Lonzo. Because in his mind right now, it's like, I just get to throw lobs to Zion from wherever I am. This is sick. And then like you get to pass a crisp chest pass to Davis Bertans if we retain him.
Hey, listen, threes are better than twos. So some call it playing smart.
Zion can jump from the 3-point line and dunk it.
Will he land though? I feel like he'd just keep going. Like he'd take off. Again, but I'm saying that don't get me 3 points. I know Bertans is bottom of the net. That's splash. I think the thing with New Orleans is like they play like great core assets, all that. I think they're just very like you have to pay Ingram this summer, Lonzo and Drew next summer. And that's kind of just your money because you got to save one spot when Zion's up. So it's like if you love that core, you're gonna have to because that's your core.
Dude, like Zion's not up for a while though.
No, he's not. But I'm saying though, it's not like you can't make like some huge deal, like absorb his contract because I don't think the Pelicans are luxury. I don't think they're like, well, if we're compete, we'll pay the luxury tax. I just don't think they care enough that they're like, we're not paying the luxury tax at all.
No.
So it's like, okay, well, Zion's getting one of those spots. So we can't have a max for Zion, Drew, Ingram, and a big deal for Lonzo.
Zion may also just be like, you know what? I'm going to take the 1-year qualifying offer and see what happens.
I hope to God he does. Even if he stays, I want somebody to do it. Even if I'll stay, but y'all need to prove to me why I should stay.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if that's your team, cool. Like I know they had one of like the best plus minuses in the league, like they're 5. And they were still like the 10th seed because more goes into it than just your 5. So I think trading Drew is interesting just because I don't know how I feel about paying that next deal. Like great player, but he's the one where I might want to get off him a year too early. And if I have to choose between Drew and Lonzo, I'm picking Lonzo. Like just for the youth, for the chemistry he's already got. And I also like you could if you're selling Drew high, I'd flip him for some of these.
Would you have Drew last summer?
Yeah, would you have Drew or Bradley Beal?
Drew.
I think I would too. He's an all-star. He's made the same number of all-stars as Bradley Beal. Drew Holiday, Bradley Beal, and Mo Williams have all made the same number of all-star team.
Yeah, I'd rather have Drew. But it's the fit thing too. If Bradley, it's like, hey, we just need you to score. We've got Zion's got the defense, Jackson Hayes got the defense, Lonzo's got the defense. We just need you to score. You and Beal do all our scoring, and Zion will also do most of the scoring as well.
He'll do that too. He'll handle the ball, and also Zion will. He'll do a fair share of that as well.
So yeah, I could see it from that sense, but yeah, I think Drew's just better at basketball.
No, I agree, and they'll both be up the same year. Drew makes 26 next year, and then he opts out, and he'll be 31. So it's like I think that's his last big deal. So I don't think he's turning down any bucks. So it'll just be okay. This is our core now, and we'll still have Alexander Walker, Jackson Hayes, all those picks and stuff. But this is where our money and a good bit of our minutes are going. So we better like that core.
I wonder if Drew's gonna go back to Philly.
He'd be a great fit there,
especially if they're doing the trade a year early thing.
Horford for Drew. Wow.
I don't know if that's the trade.
Philly giving up too much? No, I hear you.
Poor Al. He had it made.
I mean, listen. He signed 4 for 110. He still got it made.
He did that's the thing. He didn't even sign a guaranteed deal in the NBA to go to Philly, which I didn't know was a thing anymore. His was one of those if you earn it, you can get 110, but it's probably gonna be 92.
Yeah. Listen, he was hey, I know I'm cooked, dude. I'll take the 9. He worked out right before he signed. He's I can't hit a free throw, and his agent was don't tell Philly. Don't say that in the meeting.
Philly's just please, anything so you'll stop terrorizing us.
Yeah,
fine, I guess.
He fumbles the pen signing. Nerves. I just nerves.
Happens every time.
Elton Brown's a competitor. I like that. Yeah. But I think it's going to be because, I mean, I don't know if you heard, the corona kind of killed everything this summer. But there were, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
It worked out because there are no free agents this summer, really.
No.
Next year is
it's big time. Another thing that fucks the Celtics though.
How?
So it lowered everyone's cap number. So it further forces us into
the
having Gordon opt out to extend him long term to bring our cap number down.
That's yucky.
It's not good. It's not good.
Nah, I like Denver, man. I think I just do it with Paul Millsap. Do I want to pay him $30 million a year? No, but I want to rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, I don't know. Every Celtics writer's it's the only way. You gotta extend them. And it's all right, sick.
What kind of extension are we talking about, though?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of. And that's why it's why would he want to do that? Why wouldn't he just want to opt in for that last year and then see what happens? But it's if he does that, and then that next year, it's Jalen's money, Kemba's money, Tatum's first year money will all hit at the same time. And it's we've got no more money.
Yeah, he's asked out. Yeah. The only thing I could see, because it's I think Harrison Barnes opted out of, I think $25 million was his last year, but he immediately signed 4 for $88.
Yeah.
So would you give Hayward that? He opts out of 30, but you sign him for 4 $100. That seems fair for everybody. A little bit of haircut and 4 extra guaranteed years. I think I like that. I think I like it for both teams. To be frank,
he wasn't even terrible this year.
No, he wasn't. I'd hope not for $30 million. I'd hope that's not the bar for.
He shot 50, 40, 85 as the fourth, fifth option.
Yeah, you
got to give that guy $30 million.
You get a guy like that on a minimum deal, you're happy to do it, just like Gordon Hayward makes. Next year is loaded. Of the player options, Chris Paul, who already said he's not opting out. LeBron can opt out, which he will opt out. I don't know if he leaves, but LeBron if he has an option, he's Kawhi. Blake can opt out, but he won't. PG, Hayward, Conley's deal will be up. Lowry will be unrestricted. DeRozan, Otto Porter, Drew, Rudy Gobert, I don't know who that is. AD, Drummond, Adams, Giannis, LaMarcus Aldridge, Oladipo, Schroeder, Iguodala, Danny Green, JJ Redick, Justice Winslow, Dinwiddie, Josh Richardson. That'll be the summer to start paying like the Ayton draft guys, or they're eligible to be paid. Lou Williams, like there's PJ Tucker, Derrick Rose, like there's a lot, like top to bottom. Like, yeah, we'll get our stars and we'll just go get 3 of these role player guys and complete a team immediately. If like Mike Conley is like, hey man, I just want to win. I think like Serge Ibaka, Gasol, those guys will be free. It's like, we were making $20 million. We don't want that anymore. We just want to contribute to a playoff team.
Listen, no offense to our first guest, Mike Conley, but he was put in that position this year and was actively doing the opposite for that team.
Hey, listen, well, 1, he wasn't making the minimum, and 2, that team was going to fall apart from the jump, as we found out. So good for Mike. He gets to get out there and blame it all on the big bad French man. Because it's it's got like Otto Porter, like you don't even think about him because he's been overpaid for so long. But if he just hits unrestricted free agency and gets like a fair deal, Otto Porter, good team. Steven Adams, $25 million a year right now, same as Giannis, which is very funny. But if if he opts out and he's willing to take, like, hey, I know the big man market's dying. I don't even know what 3 for 40. Like, I don't even know. It's like, okay, I'd take Steven Adams for half the money he was making before. Oladipo's a good one because he's going to want big money, and I don't know if Indiana will want to like max him.
I mean, it's going to be interesting between this and the Hong Kong shit. I do wonder, like, how teams are going to move.
Yeah,
even next year.
Dinwiddie said he'll go to whoever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Votes the most for him.
I don't know what's going on. But the whole thing with that Dinwiddie shit is like, all right, the internet votes I go sign with the Lakers, and the Lakers like, we don't fucking want you, dude. Like, we're all set. Yeah, we got LeBron James, dude. Like, what are you?
He'll sign a 1-year deal. It's like, oh no, listen, we'd love to have you for the Lakers. We have the veterans minimum. Are you fine with that? That's what the poll said. He's like, damn.
Well, I think that's kind of part of it because I think the crowdfunding is paying him.
You think they can pay him more than those poor Lakers? I don't know. Like,
I think I could pay him more than the Lakers.
It's about even, Steven.
I think the Lakers have set up this whole Orlando thing because they can't afford to turn the lights on at Staples these days.
How are they going to get to Orlando? Jeannie Buss is like, you know what it costs for a team bus from LA to Orlando?
I think LeBron's driving back and forth with that cannonball run guy.
Man, oh man, I'm going even more.
LeBron taking 3 guys at a time, back and forth. Very funny.
LeBron, it's Rob. Where are you guys at? I'm in Oklahoma right now. What's up? Oh, I was just checking. KCP, Quinn Cook, and Rondo are ready. I was like, okay, I'm on my way back to Los Angeles, California.
AD got blood clots because he didn't call shotgun fast enough, so he's in the middle seat.
He's on the ceiling. Boy. Oh man, yeah, Donovan. I think Donovan Mitchell going to do that. I hope he does qualifying offer. That would get me off his neck if he applied to.
He might retire. He's like, Angles, where are you going? Australia sounds good.
Oh, listen, if he retires, that'd have me on his neck more than ever. Y'all's man, 7th place and quit. Wow, The Last Dance has inspired us all. You win and you go out on top.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to get Hayward back to Utah for Mitchell. That's the deal I need.
Now, listen, he's mad at them because they didn't give him like the max offer sheet 8 years ago, if what I understand is to be true.
Fine. Listen, if they want to pay him a max now, if that's all it takes, fine with it.
No, y'all giving him 4 for 100. It's already written. DeRozan's another one. Yeah. At $28 million, do I want DeMar DeRozan? No. He comes down to, I don't know what his market will be next year, but less than $28 million, maybe not so bad.
You yelled at me for saying exactly that 5 months ago.
I'm going to yell at you if you say it in 5 months from now.
I was like, if DeRozan's on the cheap, you were like, he'll never be on the cheap.
Hey, not this summer, he ain't, because that was when everybody, like he, Drummond,
that was when everyone could be in the same room together. Yeah, I get it.
No, when people existed. You want Gobert too? He'll come cheap since you just want a team of miscreants.
No, I don't.
Aldridge, I think Aldridge, yeah, at 25 per, no thanks. But would I like to have him come just post up everybody till he's 40? I feel like he's got the old man. If he wants to play till he's 45, I don't think
there's no one better suited for that than LaMarcus Aldridge.
I think he planned. I think he legit talked to like Brook Lopez and Marc Gasol. They're like, listen, dude, no. I know you can shoot threes now. Wait till it's almost contract time. Brook Lopez is like, dude, it got me like an extra 55 mil, man. And then I went back to not shooting well at all. They didn't care. This is a great free agent class. I can't wait till nobody switches hands switches teams because we still don't have basketball by then.
Correct. Yeah, that's certainly on the table.
That'll be a lot of fun. Lou Will signs one last horrible deal for the road. Lou Will sign 3 years, $4.5 million.
It's like 4.5.
He's agreed to have it taxed twice for some reason. He volunteered that. Yeah, Lou was actually playing. He's in the hole when you think about it. Ish Smith hitting free agency. It's some stars, man.
Drummond's a free agent this summer, right?
Well, he's like DeRozan. He's got all these guys were gonna work out, but now, again, unless you know you have that one offer, I feel like everybody with an option's opting in.
They certainly should.
I mean, it'd be a bold move, but again, it only takes one team. Drummond opts out, and somebody's like, "Wait, we have money. No one else is signing people." The Pistons just sign him again. What do you say, Dre? He's like, yeah, another 150. Yeah,
pretty good.
Married, yeah. Looking forward to this because I'm not looking forward to regular season games 78 through 82 before we go into a quarantine playoffs.
I don't need to see the teams. I've seen a lot of people like, oh yeah, get the Grizzlies out of the playoffs, get New Orleans in there. Like, that's not how this works.
Now, hey, listen, they had their chance. They had 60 some odd games to. They chose not to.
They blew it several times. The Pelicans did, so I don't want to hear it. I can't wait to see them in the future, but no, it didn't work for them this year. Just go with the 16 we have now. Either do it East versus West, or do it with this top 16 as they've looks like probably going to happen.
Those appear to be the option. A shuffle, I would like that. You just
big button.
Yeah. All right, and now representing the Bucks, Mike Budenholzer will draw a name out of a hat. Your first round opponent, Lakers.
Honestly, do you think they'd rather the bracket how it is now, or play the Lakers in the first round and hope you get the Clippers later?
Nah, I want to play everybody as late as possible. I'd just be my entire thing. Like, y'all remember the finals from last year, man? Do y'all not remember everybody on the Warriors dying within like a 2-game? Like, you just got to make it to. You just make it there. Fred VanVleet stopped hitting shots for a whole round. Didn't matter because he played. You kept playing. They get the Lakers first round, make short work of them because they're hyped up, losing 6 to the Heat next round. They were too energized. They were. No, Adebayo ran. He had Giannis in shackles.
Yeah, that'd be no.
Makes you think. It's like, boy, our NBA champions, the Indiana Pacers. They just kept drawing easy names out of the hat.
Yeah. Magic first round, Nets second round.
Grizzlies third round. Yeah, we're in the finals.
Yeah. It was Lakers, Clippers in the first round, and then they played the Bucks in the second.
Adam Silver's like, I failed you, David Stern.
Stern and Kobe are just like, oh boy.
Yeah, the final. Yeah, Indiana, Memphis. This one's for the finals. Yeah, round ball.
Nelly didn't even play Heart of a Champion.
He didn't play a lot of his best songs. Not his best work.
No, the all Jamaican one this weekend seemed like a good old time.
I think it's one either. I don't know if it's going on now. I think the Jagged Edge one over is tomorrow. But then apparently they were saying like some people weren't showing up on both sides. I was like, okay, I think I'm more interested now. It's just half of Jagged Edge versus half of 112. I think I like that more.
We get people now just texting their pals how many people died in World War II.
A lot of people.
Someone said 972.
7?
7. When I was cutting that clip, I was crying laughing. Mariah was like, "What are you laughing at?" And I was like, "Here." She was like, "I don't care."
I'm laughing at 80 million worldwide deaths, babe. Don't you? Don't you get it? She's like, "You're sick."
Yeah, so I'm taking the child.
Yeah, we're leaving. He's like 7. Wait, last question
7?
for you. Yeah, 7 people. Are you eating at buffets again after this?
I saw you. It seemed like more of you were like asking if it was cool if you jumped in the pool.
Listen, I know how I feel. I'm going back eventually. It just is what it is.
I've never been anti-buffet, but I usually like don't go out of my way to go to one. But if it's like a function of some, like I won't go to like an old country buffet or things like this. But like a function of some sort where they've got those silver trays or like the big aluminum platters and what have you. With the tiny candle lighting it underneath.
That's good.
Yeah, I'll have no problem with that.
That's what I'm like. Any like Whole Foods, any type of people are like, no, I never go back to a buffet, but I can't wait for that Whole Foods salad bar to open up. I was like, oh, okay, all right, let's to each their own.
I don't think like it's all I've been hearing throughout all this. Like, oh, people aren't going to give high fives anymore. Like just go online right now. Oh, yeah. All you see is people living in
the mouth. Yeah,
yeah, like nothing happened.
That's why I like a lot of people were like quoting the respondents like, no, and it's no way they open back up. And it's like, hey man, y'all are selling the American people and how much they love buffet food short.
Yeah, like I've never been, but isn't all of Vegas essentially buffets?
More or less.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing, because people were thinking like old country buffet, and it's like, well, like there's buffet style in like resorts and cruises and casinos and all that. Right. So it's more than just mom and pop buffet with White Sox Dave drinking from the damn soup at the bar. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's no good.
But the votes, 13% said yes, they would go back, as in like never left. 26% said no, they would not go back. 36%, the overwhelming majority, said eventually yes. And 25%, about 25% said they never really ate at buffets before.
That's fair.
But even then, I wonder, like, it's not the same because like Chipotle, the employees handle the food, but it's still like
Right.
it's still open air, and it's still people trying to look over the sneeze guard and get their
Chipotle,
dirt.
it's hard to look over the sneeze guard.
Listen, it's never stopped people before. You get a tall person. It's funny, like seeing like a really tall person because they really will just. And who's gonna stop them? Yeah, 6'10". He's a monster.
That's been my biggest thought throughout all of this is that I don't think there's going to be mass changes in the way we act. I think like a small percentage of people will become germaphobes out of this. Like 5, maybe 10% of people, not like 80%. Like they're like people. We only know how to live one way. Like I don't think this is going to be some great change. It should maybe, but I don't think it's going to be.
I think it will. Airlines is the one that's like I don't know how they bounce back.
I keep seeing videos of people on flights.
Yeah, but like those are the like you see the flights where everybody they're like, oh, it's packed in here. It's like you don't see the ones where it's 7 people on the entire plane, including the staff.
Right.
I read an article today. It said airport traffic is 98% lower than it was for 6 straight weeks, and airlines are losing $100 million a day.
Hell yeah!
It's a lot of fun. So like when we get out of this, I don't think it's gonna be no more Spirit. It ain't gonna be no Frontier. It ain't gonna be like your discount airlines. I think those are the ones that are gone. Like Delta, they'll be here, but they're also not gonna have discount airlines to compete with anymore. So I feel like it's gonna raise the tickets for everybody. And that's if they like 98 losing 98% of your traffic. That's a tough scene, man.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's most of the traffic.
Because it was like that. It's you think about the international business that's not going like that was like 40% of all flying is like international business. You think about like parking lots, people aren't parking at the airport. You think about food service employee, people aren't working at the airport because no one's going. Like those are that's where it's like, oh boy, this shit's gonna look way different. I don't know how, but
one of and it's hard to say because there's been a lot of crazy images to come out of this, but did you see the one of the rental cars using like stadium parking lots to park all the rental cars because they aren't renting cars?
I didn't, but that sounds about right.
It's because just it happens at every sporting event when it's like a real team. Right. Like of course it's parked, but you don't see it from like overhead.
Right.
You know what I mean? So seeing just cars, and they have that, like you've ever been in a garage and you just see that car that was like dumped there by someone who stole it or something, and it's covered in that thick dust, and people have started like writing in it and shit. Yeah. They're all getting like thin layers of that like it's going to be like it's snowed.
Yeah, like again, that ties into the people not flying nowhere, not renting a car when they get there anymore. So it's like, boy, everybody's taking a bath.
And obviously I got a DM from a doctor, by the way. We have at least one doctor who listens. Okay.
I like it.
I hope we don't have any like economists, whatever that fucking word is.
Sure.
Because it's something I can't wrap my head around. If everyone is taking a bath, isn't technically no one taking a bath? Shouldn't it be one of those things where like if literally no industry... Do you know what industry is fucking thriving during all this? The sign making industry. I've seen more.
So everybody's not taking they're like, this is manna from heaven.
I've seen more goddamn signs pop up overnight about what you can and can't do in places than I've ever seen. I didn't know the sign industry worked that fast.
I've seen, and it's probably the same for everybody. Like around town, I see it's the same exact style sign. So I was like, boy, like one company is cleaning up. Like Johnny signs, not taking a bath. Shit, who are EMTs not taking a bath?
Oh boy, I hope so.
So but it's also a thing when everybody is taking a bath. Some people just can't afford to like ever get out of it. Like that's the part.
Right. Yeah. Small businesses for sure. But I'm talking about like the Fortune 500s of the world. Like I can't imagine them because they're all down right now. Like that's why it blows my mind. Like AMC might never come back from this. For what? Well, how? Why?
They're done.
Why wouldn't they come back from this?
I think it's because like the airline, when you're losing $100 million a day, that means you only know how to operate one way.
Right.
And it's also a thing. It's like, well, they can't really like stow planes and gasoline and all that. So it's like some of these, like the thing I wonder on the other side of this, depending on where it goes, I wonder how many like sports franchises go up for sale. Like legit,
that's interesting.
Like people that are just
Houston
like,
Rockets.
Oh, that's a now. I'll put a feeler out for that. But yeah, like a lot of these, like the newer guys are like tech asset guys. They bought a low asset, ran it up. I feel like they're ready to get out. And some of these teams, like it's been in the family, but boy, oh boy, the Bucks' net worth cut in half. Then Giannis left, it cut in half again. Like our team is just gonna be like, I don't even want to buy. Like, let me just sell for the highest price because whatever, if you can still get, I don't know, 1.5, 2 billion for a franchise, depending on where it's at. If they'll just be like, I'll just get out. I'm just good. If so, I want in on the Rockets. I'm just putting that out there.
It's wild. It's wild to consider. The times are uncertain.
Listen, in these trying times, the only thing we know is that the times are uncertain and also trying. Would you like to buy some tires? Please.
You know who the biggest liars in the world are? Those emails you get that are like, last chance to get this 20% off. You'll be here tomorrow, lids. I know you will, you sons of fucking bitches.
You know who's taking a bath? Scarcity. I swear to God, I've gotten an email from like 9 different tire dealers. Like I was like, I legit don't know how y'all got my There's no reason for Goodyear and Kumho to have like my email address. There's just no reason.
Doesn't the second one, don't they sponsor the Hawks?
Probably.
I think they do. I feel like you drunk one day at a Hawks game, probably like they were giving away.
I got no email for that though. That's the thing. I've already.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm not new to the game. I got my drunk email. Oh, I get a free T-shirt. Yeah. Batman sucks 45 at AOL.
I'm glad you brought up Batman because there's a new account.
Tremendous account.
Batman slander. Somehow neither of us have ended up on there yet.
Patience.
But I sent this one to Robbie Fox. I still from Deets by Dre. I get it.
It's a play on words.
I still find it funny that someone said if Batman and Kevin from Home Alone had the same amount of preparation time, Kevin would wash Batman up.
Hey, Kevin McAllister in 5. Without a doubt. Look, I put Chris Peterson from Boise State in Washington if he's got 6 weeks to prepare over Batman. I put
Andy Reid with 2 weeks.
Oh, Andy Reid with 2 weeks off. Nick Nurse. Don't let Nick Nurse get a couple.
Ah, buddy.
Game plan.
Stevens with just a timeout.
Oh yeah. I think my favorite, and I'm glad he's got it pinned because it's my favorite one from at Don Kamal John instead of Juan, it appears. Batman's a billionaire practicing karate on the mentally ill. Call it what it is. That's a fact. Call it what it is.
One of them was like, imagine you were just trying to buy a sack of weed and Batman comes and breaks your arm.
Like you trying to buy 8 at like 1 in the morning. Yeah. But this is one I had not seen till now. At Tone Stradamus, Batman's the only superhero that couldn't break out if he got locked up. He just time and hope for Batman has the best lawyers in the world.
Batman got an op called Calendar Man. He throw paper and shit.
Oh yeah, he'd be fighting people in purple suits, the mentally ill in purple suits. Batman put you in the hospital, and Wayne Corp ups your insurance premium from the homie DOP online. Dragonfly Jones. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I love Batman, but the fact that his arch enemy has been giving him hell for 70 years in wingtip dress shoes never sat right with me.
No.
Oh man, Batman is weak as fuck. I'm glad everybody's realizing it.
Well, that's the one thing. It's like Twitter tries to do this with like Jordan and all the
Yeah.
greats, but like we don't allow that kind of this. It's just like no, this is true.
It's indisputable.
Yeah.
Even like I feel like everybody knows a couple Batman buffs. There are some people that like, which is why this is necessary.
Right.
Yeah, they just don't have no answer for it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Batman slander.
Yeah, a whole glizzy. Imagine you buying an 8th at 1 a.m. and Batman come out of nowhere and break your arm. Do you understand if Batman's Batmobile breaks down, he has to request an Uber Black to go save people's lives? That guy stinks.
That's the thing. I like Batman too, but like I like him at face value. I don't need to add other things.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the shock because everybody's like, "Oh yeah, no, everybody likes Batman. We can acknowledge his flaws," and people are like, "What flaws?" And it's like, "Whoa, all right, come on now." Listen, Superman is someone with one very particular flaw. He's slick trash, man. How you give a guy every power in the world except allergy?
That's why I like all of his movies have flopped pretty much. I think Man of Steel came out like early 2000s and people like that. But like all of his movies have pretty much flopped, and I think it's because of that. Like, yeah, we know.
100%, yeah. You can't get a series of that. Like Spider-Man be getting his ass whooped. You can make a series of
big time.
But Superman, yeah, no, at the end of the day, he's gonna throw a house on someone. We know. At the end of the day,
Spider-Man
gonna fight somebody in wingtip dress shoes.
Spider-Man's also interesting because, like, especially now that they didn't cast like a 45-year-old to play him, and it's like actually like a teen.
Right.
We get to see him like learn his powers. You know what I mean? That's like an interesting aspect. Superman is just like, I don't know. I wear glasses. People don't know who I am.
Yeah, no, I'm very buff and I write at the newspaper. People have yet to figure out my clandestine operations.
Y'all wouldn't even fuck with Batman if he was a real person. If Elon Musk took some Taekwondo classes, put on a suit, and was driving around New York beating the shit out of weed dealers and henchmen, y'all would riot.
That's a fact. It's like that's again. You can't dispute this. Joker been giving Batman to work for 50 years with nothing but a crowbar and red Fenty lipstick. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm glad we can all agree that he's Mark Cuban. If Mark Cuban just started like got in great shape and started fighting crime, that's Batman.
The reason Batman doesn't cover his whole face is because he needs the police to know he's white.
That's the one that set it all off.
Yeah.
Batman. Even man, I was slick out on Batman when Catwoman was like, "Bro, can you please kill these people? They are so bad for Gotham. They are the worst."
Or give like better security guards. Like use some of your tech at Arkham. Something.
He's like, no. Batman just disappeared for like 8 years. Like crime got much worse.
So fast.
Batman's just chilling in his house, just reading MSN on the internet.
Yeah, Batman. That's the if his fans were just like, "Hey, he's cool," that'd be one thing. But they're always like, "No, there's no one who could beat Batman." What are you talking about?
You can even be like, "Hey, listen, I mean, I know people are like, hey, I get it. He's still my guy. I can respect that too." But the people that are like, "Oh, no, Batman watch the Hulk. You know what he has in his belt? Like, I ain't got shit for the Hulk in that belt. He ain't got a damn thing for Bruce Banner."
Hold on, I want to see if this is still on here. Then we can end with this.
Batman getting whooped by literally everybody. Why do they keep casting old men to play Batman? It's like, yeah, we have a new Batman. Yeah, because the one you just cast was 48 years old. They should have just made like DiCaprio Batman in like 1998 and just roll with it.
Yeah, this is Batman versus Wolverine. Oh, I didn't need to hit that yet. And it's like this website that like we'll have it like acted out and it doesn't look bad. And like how it would probably like really go down. Superhero camp.
Listen, all 4 of the people on screen right now whoop Batman's ass. Big facts.
Wolverine versus Predator. I don't know about that.
Is it Predator versus Bat? He just had Predator locked up. Stop and frisk.
Honestly, they have some good ones. Batman versus Killmonger. Who asked for that?
Killmonger. Killmonger was whooping T'Challa's ass. Batman is no match.
You're not wrong.
Batman, Calendar Man, Pink. You fighting Jerry Krause. Batman was fighting Jerry Krause and the mentally ill. And women. Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. There's somebody point like the Freeze, Poison Ivy, all these people were like for like global warming, like protecting nature, and Batman's like, you gotta die. I don't like this show.
Superman versus Thor. That's interesting.
How about, see, Thor's like, again, the hammer, he can throw the hammer, but like if he throws the hammer and Hulk just catches it and crushes it, like, I mean, then what? That's what people are gonna come. You can't really have these debates because
the movies, he can't do it.
Weak.
Batman versus Darth Vader. There's no way. Darth Vader would just choke him from across the room.
I'd take James Earl Jones over Batman.
Batman's in space somehow.
Wealth, overwhelming wealth. That's
true.
At least Tony Stark like owned his wealth. Like, yeah, this is part of it. I'm using my overwhelming wealth. This is part of my power, but I'm still very normal. Not bad.
That's probably the least realistic part about him.
Like, bro, you know the crime rate in Gotham's through the roof. Like, we could use you in the city, dude. Like,
not in space, far, far away galaxy.
Jupiter needs me.
Why would his Earth tech work on this?
Listen, rich people, his tech work. He got great Wi-Fi. 6G.
He'd never built 2 Death Stars. His pockets aren't that deep.
He got Lucius Fox to build his Death Star. And Wayne Enterprises to wash his money.
He's like, I'm going up against a lightsaber. For some reason, Darth Vader would fight me fair and square.
Yeah, that man somehow snuck onto a spaceship.
To be fair, a very penetrable spaceship.
What a look by Darth Vader, though.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing afoot here. I probably save these people's lives. There'll be no need for that. Yeah. I'm off to create more violence.
Fuck him up, Vader.
DV finna get in his ass, man. They got Joe Swanson playing Batman. Yeah, hey, we killing that dumb shit like early. Your ass down somewhere, boy. With that dumb, what's wrong with you, boy? I did like how Batman was wearing, I think it was 6s, Jordan 6s.
Oh, yeah.
Strong look. And then
real strong.
It was a Green Goblin had on phone posits. It was like, you know, he's from DC.
Get the fuck out of here.
He get the same. Okay, did Darth Vader get the belt and overwhelming wealth? Is that?
He's definitely got the wealth.
No belt though.
Again, just use the fucking Force, dude.
Nah.
If Batman wins, I'm gonna be furious.
Oh, look. Let's take it to the polls. Batman 62%, Darth Vader 38%. Like I get Batman's well versed in everything. You're not out like sabering Darth. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the guy. Like, he can play. I can play a little drums, a little piano, a little guitar. You know what I'm saying? And he just stands up like, no, that guy's just blowing Stevie Wonder out of the water, man. Wow. Send his ass in outer space.
Oh boy.
I bought 9 more lives.
Again, just use the force again.
He bleeding from the mouth again. But that man's internally died. Like, oh yeah. Batman in 4. If this was an option all along, gotta want.
Get the fuck. What are you talking about?
Took his helmet off his face. There's the force. There's that force.
Why didn't you use that the first time?
Bro, throw his ass to Pluto, man. Like this, like, you just added no more black hole for you, or no more Milky Way or whatever galaxy they in for you. Frankie,
yeah. Set up. Yep.
Yeah,
that sounds all right.
You done, bro?
Nah.
Oh yeah. Now toy with him. Ain't no oxygen in
Oh boy.
Broke his neck and dropped him off literally out the galaxy. I can't wait till Batman wins this poll.
No, they do who wins the fight based on the poll. 52.
It was a close call.
I want to see if there's more Batman on here because this is preposterous to me.
Only Batman. He's the one that everybody's like, no, listen. Darth Vader ain't got as many stands as Batman.
Iron Man versus Optimus Prime. What?
Alternate ending. No, we had the one where Darth Vader uses the Force immediately and pulls Batman's limbs from his body.
I know they used to have Batman versus Deadpool on. Oh yeah, here it is. This ends wrong.
I'm sure it does. If it doesn't,
for just a YouTube channel, they've got decent, like pretty decent graphics.
Pretty good. How about those graphics? I'll be honest, I don't know any. Like I've never seen Deadpool. I don't know any of his powers, but I'm still taking him over Batman.
He's an X-Men, so he can't. Like he's a mutant. He was put through the same shit as Wolverine, so he can't die.
Well, yeah, Deadpool in 2.
Right. Like he gets shot all the time and he just heals.
I gotta say, he needs a better costume, man.
Well, this isn't the official one. In the movie, it looks fire.
I'd hope. Yeah, I'd hope this ain't the official one. He's got that. Deadpool creep. Oh no.
Oh, Deadpool's a wild boy.
Got her ass. Yeah, see that the real version of Batman, he should have been like, you know what, we're right, Catwoman. I'm either gonna go kill all these bad guys, or I'm just gonna stop altogether and go live overseas with you and do nothing like Richard.
Yeah.
He's like, I want a foot in both waters. I know Deadpool talking that shit too.
He sure is.
No, did you just paint that? Huh. Horrible boots on Deadpool. Yep. Oh, you said he couldn't die, Mick. What's this?
He just put him to sleep for a second.
Yeah,
even in this, like they give Batman the win, but he doesn't fully die. Which is why I call shenanigans on the win.
He just hops out the Mulsanne, pulls the top back.
He's back up. So yeah, Deadpool's backstory. He was yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, he's been fighting Joker for years, so like yeah, self-harm and this is nothing new for Batman.
Yeah, he got you on a box, shoot myself in the head, pussy.
Yeah, Batman's like, I have to find a way to plant some evidence on him. In case he lives, he can do life in prison. Wayne Enterprises prison.
He'll be out in 2 to 3 days.
It's a private subsidized prison.
So yeah, Deadpool's a troop.
I was say he getting hands put to him now. This feels disrespectful on Memorial Day, no less. Uh-oh.
Shot Batman. Batman, nothing happened to him.
I think it's my biggest issue with Lucius Fox. What would really happen? He would do this shit one time, and somebody would, Amazon would be like, "Hey, Lucius Fox, come work for us. We won't keep you pent up. Like, all that cool stuff. If you want to help people, you can do that. Instead of helping this rich old man."
So Deadpool just got stabbed to the heart and got his neck broke. And just got back up. Yeah.
It's in your pocket, Deadpool. Mac 11. Where'd Catwoman go?
She's skedaddled.
Listen, she's always been the smartest one.
Mm-hmm.
Batman up with a bloody mouth in every single battle, dude. Oh, boy.
Kablamoed.
Turn him into paint. I had a bad joke. I'm not going to say it, but if I was going to say it, the joke I was going to say was, you can't say Dallas hasn't been nice to you, Mr. Kennedy. But I didn't say it, though. I didn't say it. I wonder what Bill Morrow's doing right now.
Yeah, see, he's still alive.
Full circle. Yeah. Still talking that shit.
Yeah, he's still alive. Like, to say he won there is crazy.
Yeah. And also, listen, you're getting, like, blowing somebody literally to smithereens. That's fine. Stopping crime in my city? Well, I mean, that's a bridge too far.
Yeah, he's going to beat the shit out of Killmonger. I don't need to see that. It looks like they don't have any other. We got some sort of Batman versus Spider-Man. I don't even know what this means.
Let me see Batman play one-on-one with Michael Jordan. Jordan just eats his lunch.
Well, does it get personal?
You could say it gets personal. The Last Dance. I'm so thankful for the memes over anything. So
Great
many
memes
came from that.
I've seen a lot of people being like, I know we've talked about it a little before, but being like, "Oh, Batman, Michael Jordan." It's not really.
You just made it personal against Jordan.
Yeah, it did. It's not really a documentary. Like Buster Olney was bitching and moaning about it this morning. It's not really a documentary. It was a jockumentary. I was just like, if anything, I feel like it's the most transparent thing ESPN's aired in quite some time, since we do know he had hands on it.
Yeah, I mean, even then, like, what? Find me a documentary that's not biased on one side.
Right.
That's how they work. Right?
Or has some sort of slant.
Yeah, people who care enough to make it and that's fine. So I'll be waiting for Horace Grant, like his last day. I'd watch that shit too. He tells us, he's like, "No, I got proof, man. I had Michael's ass in hell. Figure 4 out there in practice."
Yeah, and also like for like the last couple episodes, could Jordan really have that much say on what actually went out since they had to rush them?
I would say he probably just hit him with a couple things. Like, yeah, these 3, yeah, these, no. The time when Steve had me in a lion tamer in practice, Phil Jackson wouldn't let me tap out. We're not putting that in the doc.
Like, I'm sure it was some stuff, but not nearly as much as it would have been if it came out when it was supposed to.
Right. But maybe I just want to see the memes left on the cutting room floor. I want to hear just Scottie Pippen just say things for hours. Best voice in the world.
There's also a lot of people who were like, why didn't they show the Wizards? It very clearly wasn't about the Wizards.
Listen, they went back to the night Jordan was conceived. So
yeah, which I didn't care about either. I really only wanted 98. They had to tell the backstory, so be it.
I will say, like, again, when you're like, you get approved for 10 parts, you don't think you're gonna have to rush it. So it's like, okay, I bet the 10 parts they really had in mind. Probably like I think they connected everything well enough as is, but I still would like to see the Venom, just putting the beats on them.
The only thing I'm mad about, like, I can't buy it anywhere yet.
Oh, you know that. Just you wait. I just want to Scottie Pippen say, "Get the hell out the way." I would just buy that, just a clip of that. I'd pay you upwards of $2 billion for it. Get the hell out the way.
Yeah, it's just not something you can buy.
He's melting this guy.
I can't believe it.
Challenge Jordan. Glad Jordan. There's no way you'll make this available for purchase. He's gonna take it personal, but you'll get to purchase it. Yeah. 52. I don't like these close. If he whooping ass as much as he should, like he don't have one easy battle, like one where it's like, oh yeah, I mean, come on, he'd mop up Storm, which he wouldn't. Storm would wreck his shit, though.
So fast.
Cyclops throw a deck of cards at him, he's done.
I do need Hollywood to figure out X-Men movies again.
Yeah,
because they really fucking stunk. I think it was something to do with like Fox was handling them as opposed to Disney, Marvel.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think they should let D&D handle X-Men.
No,
Thrones guys.
I know who you meant.
Wow.
I don't think they should handle any. I think we could probably pin this whole Corona thing on them if we really try.
We're fine with it. We already know. Listen, they gonna first episode. Charles the Broken is king. Yeah, 8 seasons out the way.
Yeah, maybe they did have a hand in it. Now that you mentioned it.
Right. Listen, everyone else around him was so much better equipped to do it, and no, the guy's dick didn't work. That's the king.
I'm gonna be pissed if we find out they're like, listen, people love X-Men. I didn't see any problems with that. We do the same thing over here and bitching and moaning.
Yeah, I wasn't on Xavier's ass like this. It's like, we weren't. I mean,
yeah, it's a good point.
Game of Thrones actually good.
Yeah, they're like, finally, 2 idiots. Finally, it took them a year and a half. They pieced it together.
My latest for the Hell's World. Pick it.
Yeah. Yeah, is Game of Thrones really just X-Men? My column.
I see the parallels. Damn.
But yeah, Jean Grey getting Batman out of here with a single thought.
Are you kidding me? Magneto? Come on, man.
I do think pound for pound, Jean Grey could wash anyone.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Like she knows she could at any moment. She's like, look, I'm letting y'all cook. Just don't piss me off because I'll shut all this down if I have to.
Yeah, with like just a scream, one scream, you're all done.
She's like, I'd hate to have to do this again. And Batman's just like, please, Jean, no. And people are like, yep, that's my hero, Batman.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We'll figure out something with Bob Fox and maybe Jeff Lowe, someone like that. Really, we'll do like I don't even know how we do it. A tournament of some sort. Maybe that'll be my team this week for 5-on-5.
I don't know. Diggum's getting Deadpool out of the paint, man. I just don't know what to tell you. Batman's got nothing for Sugar Bear.
No, even if he's got weeks to prepare.
And Quaker Oats is getting loose all over Wolverine, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I have 2 teams for this week. Obviously, I can only submit one.
Sure.
And one's more of a joke. The other one's less of a joke. But I feel like no matter what I do, it's just going to result in losses.
As long as you know that. Yeah, as long as you know going in that Sugar Bear is cut down the nets.
I think I've got to go with my second, the less joke team. But like in my mind, I know these teams would get that cereal team the fuck out of here. I know that in my heart of hearts. And you fucking cunts voting disagree every time.
It's Jeff Lowe. You need to. He's the NCAA right now.
He is, and I hate him just as much.
Yeah, everyone knows how much everyone loves the NCAA. I'm kicking around some teams. I'm not. But now Sugar Bear, he sugared his last bear.
I don't know if he has.
No, he's going Shaq in 99. Like just 3-peat, 38 and 18 on anybody in his path.
I was thinking of doing a loophole where I just got, since rules don't matter anymore, I was going to.
They sure don't. No.
I was going to have
12 people on the store. Like
just not just NBA players, but like in like Kazam as my center, and just like, well, what's he gonna do? It's Shaq. It's literally Shaq.
I could just hear Low right now. Nah, I got to go quick roast guy over Kobe. Cereal mascot moves on. Mick's like, God damn it! Like, yeah, you just cut the feed. You're like, no, I'm out. No more.
Yeah, I was furious, and oh man, yeah, because the more like I have one player on each team who should really be able to do all the heavy lifting, and I'm already just seething, knowing that that's not how it's going to work out.
No. Is it Crew? If so, can you show him?
Just one more time.
Yeah, no,
I'll let you. I'm just going to tell you the names of my teams.
Okay.
Natural born predators and better cereal mascots.
I hope Team 2 is Sugar Bear 5 times. Be like, yeah, what do you I got you in a box, Lo. Like, what? His head just explodes. Y'all know what to do. Oh my God. The Sugar Berenstein Bears might be my team. I don't know. I'm kicking some ideas.
No, listen, the Berenstein Bears, they've got a good center and Papa Bear, but the rest of that team stinks.
Does it even matter, bro? Like, what?
Well, because like when I look at the cereal mascots team, like there were better cereal mascots that were just left undrafted free agents. So if I cobbled together that team, and if they have the spite of not being picked for the original team,
yeah. Sugar Bear and 4, said Jeff Lowe.
Yeah, I don't know. You got Michael Jordan from Space Jam on your team, but what's he really got for Diggum? I don't.
Yeah. Again, we're just forgetting Frankenberry's just in the post.
Yeah, you idiots really didn't know what you were doing when my Jay-Z Monster team didn't beat them, because now no one can.
Yeah, we know. No one. He just sent out the rules for the next one. I'm like, okay, what are these? Okay, well, let's see which ones I get to follow to have no one else follow. Like for no.
Me and you are the only ones. We're the idiots. We're those.
Bet. I'm about to send back. Fuck yourself to Low on these rules. I'm picking my own.
I'll be like a Penny Hardaway.
I mean, Diggum did make first team All American over Pitt at Memphis. I'm like, that's not true, Jeff Lowe. That's just not true. Yeah, his last line, just be reasonable. Okay. All right, Jeff. Now I'm mad.
Did he really send this?
Yeah, he just sent an email.
Son of a bitch, there he is.
Yeah. Last point, just be reasonable. I can't wait to be completely reasonable for Jeff Lowe be like, well, it's illegal, but for some reason I'll allow this.
The tallest player will be shrunk to the height of Sugar Bear. Already unreasonable.
Taking to SB, man.
Must have a theme. All right. Yeah, they're my team. That's the theme.
Yeah, there are 5 of them. That's
if you want an athlete and isn't like LeBron, parentheses, Tony Stewart is a good example.
Okay, Jeff Lowe's team is going to be LeBron as a Cavalier, LeBron as St. Vincent St. Mary, LeBron, Laker LeBron, and then Cav LeBron again.
Well, it's like having the 3 Jordans in NBA Street Volume 2.
You get 85, you get 96, and what's the third one? Just regular Jordan, right? Old man.
98, yeah.
48-year-old Jordan.
Wasn't it like it was like rookie 92 and 98, wasn't it? Something like that.
I remember
96.
I remember like 85 and 90. That's the third one I can't remember because I always
Wizards Jordan for some reason.
All his attributes are much lower.
Yeah, I might. The better cereal mascot. It's again. I know the better cereal mascots team is good, but I think the fact that it's cereal mascots, people are going to be inclined to vote against them.
That's exactly how it's going to work. You're not going to out the cereal mascot.
No, but the punchline. All right, so I'm not going to use this team then. So I'll tell you the team. It was the Tricked Rabbit.
Okay.
At point, he's got Crackle in the fucking walls of Jericho.
Light work.
Sonny from Cocoa Puffs is the shooting guard.
Okay.
That guy's a maniac. He's Tony Allen.
He's cuckoo. He's literally cuckoo.
At small forward, I've got Fred Flintstone, but since he's so short, specifically played by John Goodman from the movies.
Okay.
Yep. That brings him up to 6'3".
That brings him up to Sugar Bear size.
My power forward, who's also like 6'5" somehow, Tony the Tiger.
Okay.
Who I don't know how he was left off the original team. That guy plays every sport.
Yeah, Dickham made the last cut over Tony the Tiger.
And for my center, I think he would actually take down Sugar Bear. The sun from Raisin Bran. It's the literal sun.
Jeff Lowe's like, mascot.
Sugar Bear brings him out to the perimeter, yeah.
Who's to say he doesn't burn himself out, burn the entire court down? Sugar Bear would never. Mascots in 4.
Well, I was fucking Ken Jack when I had Godzilla. He's like, if he takes one step, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, but it's fine to have a RV on the court. No, the
bulldozer.
Yeah.
I just thought of another team that actually might have to be the team.
Yeah, I ain't. Sugar Bear ends this week. His run ends this week.
I hope so. Sick of him.
I'm gonna yell at Jeff Lowe. I can feel it. I can just already feel it. It's fine.
Yeah, well, sometimes you're gonna yell at me. I get it.
Sugar Bear moved on. That's why I yelled. That's the whole point of the yelling. I'm going to bed. Now I'm upset.
Listen, this ended, and I made 2 teams the second it ended last time.
Smart.
I was like, I fucking hate these people. All of them. I can't go too jokish because who knows what the other fucking psychopaths in this are going to do. So I got to try and just figure out a solid team with 1 to 2 good jokes in there. And that doesn't even work. There's no strategy.
And that's the point. Sugar Bear wins no matter what. Everyone knows it.
We'll see, everyone. And now they've moved it to the day we record. So
yeah, listen, the sabotage is in effect. It's fine, though. Still we rise. It's fine.
See everyone later this week.
See it.